might talk about that today.
Well, you're alive. You just did.
I'm
so
live.
You have one ticket left for your spring workshop?
Well, so yeah, somebody just emailed me today or yesterday and said they can't make it to my spring workshop. Tickets are at livingfreeintennessee.com. At the top, you click on workshop, it'll take you there. And it's April 27th through 29th, $500. And it includes breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 3 days. It's a lot like Jack Spirko's workshop. We're doing a really badass off-grid solar build. So Sean Mills is taking my cabin and my pump house off-grid, and that's part of it. And then we have other classes like knife sharpening from Patrick Rohrman, probably some knife throwing. We've got poverty mindset from Toolman Tim Cook. We've got Janet Zabo doing sewing. I'm going to be doing a preserve it section where I'm going to talk about fermenting vegetables, canning, and cheese making. And there's a whole bunch of other really cool stuff. And
so one ticket left.
One ticket because somebody canceled. So whatever.
This is your last chance. This is the last chance you will ever have.
Yes.
Probably by the end of the broadcast, it'll be gone.
So it'll be gone. It's just one of those things. His deposit is non-refundable, but if we find somebody, we can have them trade or whatever.
Is his deposit transferable?
Hey, talk about SRF.
Transferable. Yes, it is.
Hey, as long as you get yours, you don't give a shit who it comes from.
Right?
Hey,
financially, from the event standpoint, I don't need that one ticket, but I was just like, well, there's an opening, and usually right before the event, people are like, oh, we want to come, and I'm like, oh, there's no room. Oh, that's pretty cool.
It always send me an invoice. Let me pay you Bitcoin so I can get my SRF tickets.
I was going to say, talk about SRF tickets.
Well, so what I was going to do is maybe try to figure out how to set up Lightning on the page, but if I can't figure it out, then we'll just do it manually.
Right. It just depends on which way you want to go. It can be really complicated and completely free and self-custody, or it can be I'm okay with paying 0.5%.
But how many people would really pay with Lightning? Maybe 200 over 6 months?
Yeah.
So an email hey, send me your address. What is it?
Give me the option. I would rather pay you. If I have to buy Bitcoin to pay you in Lightning, I would rather pay you in Lightning because I know it's better for you. Yeah. And I'd rather see more money go into that economy if I can. Yeah. Well, I want people to pay me in Lightning, so I want to pay people in Lightning.
I've intended to have Bitcoin on there, and my first quarter told me that I was not going to do that. But
I am very willing.
It literally will take me 20 minutes to just set up cryptocurrency payments on there.
Right. Lightning's a little bit trickier right now because it's still new enough. But I am very willing to help you guys set it up for that. But if you want to, you can just invoice me and give me a fucking coupon code, and I'll just fucking do the rest of the shit if you want to do it in your back end, however you want to do it.
Okay. Well, let's talk next week about actually getting it set up on the site because I would
talk about the dates and the event. Because we got to go for the people that tuned in.
Oh, hey, guys. That's this other event. It's called, not the one in 2 weeks, but the Self-Reliance Festival. And it's October 14th and 15th in Camden, Tennessee. Early bird tickets are $75 right now. It goes up to $95 in August. And we got Joel Salatin coming to speak.
What?
Boom.
Yeah.
Hey, how did Paul Wheaton go last time? Because that was your A-list celebrity last time.
So Paul Wheaton was great. He was a great speaker. And the thing I love I like this about both Paul and Joel is they come to the event and they stay there and you can actually talk to them.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, so Joel's great at that. I've seen him at other events. He's arriving Sunday because he'll be at Homesteaders of America the before. And then he arrives Saturday night, speaks Sunday, and then he's staying over to Monday, and we're doing an after-event workshop, chicken processing workshop. Joel will do the demonstration in the morning of the chicken processing workshop, and then Chef Brett and I and whoever else we need based on the size of the class will walk people hands-on through how to process chickens. And depending on the class, class size, some will go home with chickens and some won't. Or all will go home with chickens. It depends on how many chickens.
Pull up that other comment. Pull up that Backwoods Butcher comment.
So it's at selfreliancefestival.com if you want to get
one. The other comment. The one you did pull up. There you go. Yeah. This guy. Everybody go follow this guy on YouTube. He just set up his fucking YouTube today and posted his first video breaking down a beef hind. I was just watching it before the show. This is the guy that's been on my podcast like 5 fucking times, and he's finally starting his own shit and his own podcast. Go follow him. He's in New Hampshire, doing what I'm doing out there, raising beef and shit. And he just bought his tickets today, so he's coming to Self-Reliance Festival.
In the comments, and I'll post it on the screen.
I've sold like 6 tickets already.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Well,
Sweet.
so
Brian went hard this morning. I was reaching for my I know I got some crypto in here.
Whoa,
I did. Like I was a little wound up this morning. I don't know why.
Oh, he was.
I was still half asleep.
I was about to ask you if are you okay? Did you sleep okay last night? Because you were just. Is it your time?
It was the bush.
Okay.
Is it your cycle?
I'm walking off screen for just a second to get a jar of tomatoes. Keep talking.
Right.
It was the bush last night. I drank a bunch of fat tire.
Oh my god!
So
are you sure it was a bush?
Saw the video I posted of the expired fat tire that was like a year off the shelf date, and it was all spunky, and I was like, "What the fuck? Why is this even on the shelf?" So I go back to the same gas station. All the stuff with the old labels is gone, and the stuff with this new labels on it, and all the sell-by dates are like next year.
I was going to say, are you sure?
I tagged the location and Fat Tire or New Belgium Brewery in the video on TikTok. I'm guessing somebody got their asshole chewed because there was over-expired product in their territory.
I'm assuming so. Yeah. I was going to say, are you sure it wasn't a Bud Light and you ended up switching genders by accident because you were kind of
Adam Curry told the story on last.
I was deep throating some Bud Light bottles at the gas station just so.
I am 100% sure the Bush he was drinking last night was not a beer. Based on
it was the last one. It was BUSCH.
Yeah, you were lapping it like it was the last one.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh no, yeah, you were feisty this morning though.
I don't know. I just get so I got pissed off. Okay, so last night, and I love the guy to death. I love him. I love Rob. He's been on this show. Rob Kaiser, I love you, and this isn't about you at all. But I can't convince people to do shit anymore. Individuals. I can't recommend something, and when someone says, but, yeah, fuck you. Watch my videos. If you want to learn more, I'm more than willing to tell you more about it, but I'm not going to convince you to do anything. And I'm done convincing individuals, and I'll just put my information out there, and if people want to watch it. And so I was fucking pissed off about that last night, and I started talking this morning, and then I was
trying to lead the horse to water, and
people can go to SRF. I don't want to hear one person say they can't do it when it comes to fucking August, and they're like, "Oh, I can't find anybody to watch my chickens," or "Oh, I can't find somebody to
entire audience,
or I can't afford it." I'm fucking telling you now, 6 months ahead of time, fucking figure it out.
6 months.
Every single person. I mean, you got more than enough time to grab a side hustle, do whatever.
So you could say
you put the tickets up 6 months in advance, and I'm telling you, if you want to go, and Joel Salatin's going to be there, so it's going to be worth it regardless. So
it's going to be badass.
You were totally right, but every single person in your audience this morning with our coffee in hands felt like you were personally yelling at them and bullying them into buying tickets. And I think it's morning.
That's why I sold 6 tickets this morning.
They're like, the Watch Project is going to roll into our backyard and murder us in our sleep if we do not buy
I might. I'm mobile. I'm completely mobile.
I was waiting for
you. I'm going to get there.
Okay, he says a great thing.
Gingerbread can't ride that leaf all the way to Camden. He can't fly that leaf there that far. He needs a stiff south breeze and not that time of year. It's going to be a northeast, northwest, something like that.
I'm going to SRF from Seattle. Guess how many
you are going to make it? You are coming.
Well, right.
Wyoming,
going through there.
Denver.
I think you're.
I don't know what. 10
he's in Michigan, dude. You're going to go through Michigan.
No, but how many other people are going from north of him in Michigan where all you have to do is hitchhike to the highway?
Pick me up? You want to swing?
Get on Van
But I mean, for 6 months, I said, I'm going on these dates on this route from here to there.
Well,
and nobody said, I'll take a free ride.
6 months. Take a fucking roadie, like a true fucking roadie. Leave in the beginning of August. Hitchhike your ass that self-reliance. Be a true self-reliant person for 2 fucking months and then catch a ride home.
Start your
I say
pilgrimage
join
now,
the
folks.
Telegram group.
Dude, I sold a
and
35-acre
say,
home
I need to ride from
into
here
a
to
goddamn
there.
RV.
I need to go from here to here. There's a whole group. There's the Sulphur Lands Festival group. There's all of our Telegram groups. There's
and just say it.
Vanarchy.
And in 10
right?
minutes, somebody will be like, boom. Oh, yeah, Vanarchy
going.
goes everywhere.
Okay, so I have
sell
my
that.
lame excuse for why I can't go. It's not why I can't go. It's because I have to. I'm going the week before. I'm going to a 3-day like crab festival, and 2 weeks later, I'm going
crabs. You're gonna go
Yeah,
get crabs.
I'm going to
Are we talking like in the Dominican or like?
Is
No,
that a
in,
brothel
like,
in
Ocean
Tijuana?
Shores.
You're gonna go down there and you're gonna get crabs, and it's just called a crab
I'm
festival.
going to.
Wait, how can there be a crab festival in Ocean Shores? Oregon closed its crab season because there are
In October, they're doing
dead.
it. They're
But
doing it
ours
in October,
magically
and then,
on the other side of the dotted
Gingerbread,
line in the water. Are
if you had a car ride with Scramblin, you wouldn't be able to keep your freaking DOT certification. I promise.
Yeah,
you.
dude, not even even close. Just from
Don't do that.
contact. You
Car
have to
ride
take,
was
like,
great.
3 months
Do
off.
this.
Only self-employed people get a
No,
ride with Scramblin.
that's
I'm going to tell
right,
you that right
yes.
now. That's
I would be okay because nobody at my company.
Here, drink this.
I
Oh,
agree
wait,
to all
not that.
Test.
right.
The
I'm going to
best
tell you right
line
now,
ever
though.
is test.
Let me put it to
Taste
you in
test.
true Renegade Butcher form. If you really want to go to Self-Reliance Festival, don't make any excuses because there's no goal you can't achieve if you suck enough dicks.
Yeah, see, gingerbread.
Oh,
right there.
Gingerbread, he'll
Michigan.
drive so he can smoke.
That's what I've been doing
Yeah.
wrong. I'm not sucking enough.
What I've been doing wrong this whole time.
This whole time. Oh,
I think gingerbread farms.
ask Camilla. She'll tell you how far it can get you.
Yeah, that's right. Ask around, not
Almost
on
to
live,
first place, except there's going to be
not
a
on
dick
live
above you.
YouTube.
Oh, God.
This
Oh,
is a vermouth.
What do you
he
have?
is the exact
It's
opposite side of the
vermouth.
country of you.
Oh.
Fucking, he says, Backwoods Butcher down here says, come pick me up, Scramblin. Oh, that is literally so far out of the way.
Wait, I saw
You're
the one that
baby.
said, I'm definitely not riding with Josh.
Okay.
Yeah, I got like 5
Josh
million
will
miles
want
of
you to drive so
insurance
he
bill.
can smoke
In all
something
50
else.
states. All 50 states.
Oh,
Did you have a
Are
passion?
you coming to SRF, Brian, or is it too close to Squatch Fest? No, it's not.
I thought I was
No, we
gonna.
moved
No,
it.
I was gonna teach my living river system if you want.
You need to send me.
No, you're not allowed. You
I
stay
need
up
to
there
get
in
the
Seattle.
form up, but send me an email about that because I'm doing some of the architecture before I release the speaker form.
He doesn't
And if
want
you
other
don't want me
coffee
to teach that, and
competition.
you want me to just
Nicole.
come and play, I'll come and play.
How much
What?
are the table outside, like an outside
Oh, yeah,
table?
yeah.
Like a booth, like a 12 by 12 is $400, and
For the 2
if
days?
you, and you bring your own tent, and if you want to like combine with people for whatever reason, you can do that too.
I thought
I
I
think
was gonna say,
Well-
there was that one at the end that combined, and it worked
Yeah.
out good for both of them.
Yeah.
Because she was selling like yoga tapes or something, and he was selling first aid stuff or whatever. It was
Yeah.
Yeah,
It worked
clearly
out
different.
perfectly.
Can I sell shit out of the back of my vehicle?
What?
What's the okay? So what are the
Like my
other
vehicle
what are the
park
other
lot?
options for
Vending?
the sponsorship and the vending and all of that?
Oh yeah,
So-
sponsorship too.
So
I mean-
okay. So sponsorship's going to change a little bit, and so the answer is I don't know exactly. So we have traditionally had like a $500,000, $3,500 level, and it involves cross promotion. With Joel Salatin coming and the chicken processing workshop there, we may do some packages with that, and I'm targeting. Like, I'd love to get a sponsorship from Featherman or something like that, where they maybe do some trade of a scalder or something that we can use for the class, and then we could give it away to a student, for example.
Wow. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool? So something like that would be awesome. So we're getting a little bit more creative with that. When you get the booth, which is a 12 by 12 booth outside, or you get a table, which is $100. So the booth outside is $400. The table is $100. Bring your own table. You do get your, like, under the vendor section, we list you and your logo is there, which is kind of cool, which gives you a little bit more visibility. We have a Back-a-Bog program where you get an ad in one of the porta potties, or you can sponsor multiple porta potties. And then, like, people are sitting
You
there.
want your name on the shitter.
It's the perfect place to sell.
I have a
Yes.
lightning QR code that would be perfect on a shitter
It would be
fucking
the
wall.
perfect place to
So, I
market
mean, I would
the
say
toilet seats, Brian.
If you are hearing this and want to sponsor and have a creative idea, like the guy, so
Or a
Radio
shitty idea.
Radio Made Easy traded radio communications for everybody at the event in exchange for his sponsorship. So we've had some things like that too, that really help.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. Backwoods Butcher says demo ?
Yeah, they're all.
Yeah. So
It's
at some point that's
the whole
something we want to discuss.
festival is.
I know there was some
There's going to be a whole new cool music thing this time.
Ooh.
But I don't have all the details on, because it's like in the middle of being planned. But I think we're going to have some fun acts, and then we had a jam session last time. I think we'll have another jam session too.
I know.
I just picked up a tambourine.
This morning was talking. He was asking
Weird.
about
I would have never guessed.
you a
that.
tambourine or maracas, but no. He's asking that because he was harassing me earlier when he found out that he's going and I'm going, and I'm like, dude, I literally don't know. Tickets just went on sale. But he's like, what are you doing there? What are you showing? And can I help you? We want to do a butcher demonstration. What are we doing? And I'm like, I have no fucking idea. I haven't talked to anybody.
Yeah, let's talk
Does
about
John
it.
have
Really,
a cow
really
they can
wants
process
to-
for them?
He really, really wants to figure something. I'd love to figure something out. We'll see what we can do. We'll talk.
Like literally, they could walk a cow up and put a bullet in its head and put it in the freezer. by the
Right.
end
So
of the
are we
day.
going to come down 2 weeks early and hang the damn thing in a cooler or some shit? Or are we just going to cut up a live cow and eat tough
cut
meat?
it live? Cut
Joe
it
Brown
hot.
says
Why
bring
not?
a
Yeah.
pig.
Just
Let's
hot
just eat
cut
it
that
raw.
bitch and fucking cook it.
We have done a pig processing class
Pigs-
before. People loved it.
Pigs, that would be the way to go. If I was going to do it, I think we would go that way because reasonably, if somebody wants to come and learn, it's a whole lot easier to learn on pork than it is on beef.
Is it deer season in October while SRF is going?
Maybe it like floats around.
bow
I am
season.
not going to bank a demonstration on somebody getting lucky with a deer.
It'd be archery season.
I don't
at
think
the
John's
minimum.
guys you would have to say lucky. I don't think you would just tell him to go.
I
get
am
you
not
one
going to
how
run a
many days before
demonstration
you want.
banking on a poached deer. Deer is
What-
a
No,
what if
that's what-
somebody
did you
brought
notice
a
I said
deer in
first?
the back
Well,
of
we
their
could
car?
see if somebody has a lamb.
somebody happens to have
Oh.
some deer in a pen somewhere. Maybe we can talk, but I don't tell the game warden.
What if somebody
Maybe,
showed
yeah.
up with a tagged deer?
Well, yeah, or if somebody has a couple of extra freaking goats, that's doable too.
Yeah, we
It's just
lambs
different.
are-
I got a couple dogs that I wouldn't mind getting rid of.
We can pretend, you know.
We did a rabbit once. We've done
Yeah,
a
local
pig,
crackheads.
we've done a rabbit. We're doing chicken. We haven't done lamb or goat.
Yep. I think both of us are going to avoid the whole poultry thing. I mean, I don't mind helping out with it a little bit, but I don't even like doing my own damn poultry. I don't teach people poultry. I don't do it
Oh! Wait,
More like
put that last.
Joel's
comment
doing
up there.
poultry on the next day.
My poultry's
Let
covered.
Joel handle that. Let Joel
Put
do
that
it.
comment up, Brian. Put that comment up.
Oh,
Oh, there
Hey,
we
hey,
go.
I will run the betting board.
Oh, we could have a butcher
I'm
up
liking-
and then roast
Butcher
that
face.
puppy.
That could be
Oh, my
fun.
God.
Get Billy Bond on it too. Why not? We can have like a three-way butcher off.
butcher.
Oh,
See who else we can get in
Oh.
there. Yeah.
if you, oh man,
It'd be
if you
fun.
do that,
Hang
early,
your
then you could do
own
pulled
pig
pork all weekend,
and break that shit down, and we'll cook all of it all weekend.
and then have a cook-off. Fuck.
I might
Oh.
I might do something with, I know you guys were talking about doing like a pig roast or whatnot. I may do something where like Renegade Butcher donates all the seasoning for that, as long as everybody knows the Renegade Butcher seasoning.
Bam.
See, those are all things I'm open to discussion on. I'm also
Right. Well, like I
my-
said, I don't know anything.
I'm getting hungry,
Email
man.
Nicole.
Right?
I know. Like, well, maybe I'll
Oh,
go if you're gonna
hey.
feed me all that.
Thanks for this fucker down here tagging me in some shit. I just right before my show, right before this, had my first ever lightning sale of seasoning on NOSTR live.
Sweet. Yeah,
Posted
I
the
miss
freaking
her
voice.
figuring out how to do that. I want to do
I've
that.
sold five. I've sold
Yeah.
5 things over
Like
there already.
lightning coffee on Noster.
It was slick as shit. The guy goes, "Hey, I want to buy some. Let's try this invoice thing." I'm like, "Sweet." Post
Yeah.
an invoice. Boom. He pays it right there. I said, "PM me your fucking address. I'm shipping it tomorrow."
Sweet.
Whole thing happened like out there in the open within like 5 minutes. I'm like, holy shit. Cool.
Hey, I'm walking off camera to get bourbon
Okay.
now. I'll be right back.
Cool.
Oh,
The
grab
most complicated
extra.
thing was- Most complicated
Wait.
part of it was I said, "You want mild or spicy?" He goes, "Like my women." I'm like, "Well, I don't know your women, so we're going to assume spicy." He goes, "Send me the invoice." I'm like, "Okay."
I've done 3 mugs and 2 orders of comfrey
That's fucking
so
awesome,
far.
dude.
Just
Ooh.
some from post where I just put a post out there, some on replies, people looking for it, and I was just like, I got some.
That's been in the week too, within like the last week, all of it.
Yeah, I only signed up a week and a half ago.
I just got on there Monday.
Oh, hold on. Hey, Brian, I want you to put something up here. I'm gonna share a shirt that I'm making.
Oh, yeah, I should show my shirt up here one of these days.
Look at these guys in the comments; are so fucking helpful.
I know.
We got like the most helpful comment section we've ever had over here.
Yeah.
Bending over backwards.
So what do you guys think?
The ride share? That's what it is. They're trying to see who they need.
Oh man, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it on the screen. That sucks.
Oh no! Don't post that picture.
Send me a file on Telegram or something.
No, it's I downloaded the wrong picture, but I'll see if you can see it.
Oh, here
can
you
you see that?
Here, let me put it up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Find me on NOSTR. What's the small stuff say?
It says, "I'm so much more than a pub key." But the back says, hold on, I'll show you the back. Is better.
You want me to take this one down?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's talk about NOSTR. Are we all on now?
Not yet. That all happened while I was traveling. So I gotta
Josh got me 3/4 of the way.
I got to
the
the point where it's like I'm on snort.social and I have my Lightning connected, but then there was a second wallet connection that happened, I believe, on a phone. And my question is, why do I need 2 wallets?
All right.
It's not really 2 wallets. It's going to be your wallet that you're using into an interface that you can actually use on your phone instead of desktop.
So, the way to understand it is there's a wallet, there's a Lightning address that's listed in your profile. And when somebody sends you a zap, which is a tip,
it
always goes there.
Already working for me.
Right.
Yeah.
It goes there. Now, when you go to zap somebody else, it calls whatever wallet is available, and that can be anything. So if you're on your computer, the only wallet's going to be your Albi, or it can pull up like a QR and you could pay it with a phone or some shit like that. Right. But on your phone, whatever Lightning wallets you have on your phone are available. If you are on Albi and you happen to be an Android user, which you're not,
I am.
Oh, you are? Okay, so you're using Amethyst? Okay.
I haven't used Amethyst yet.
Okay, well, you'll be able to actually go in and do a connection in the back end. So you can set it up for just one click. You don't even have to open a wallet. It'll just be linked for that. So it's just on the payment side.
Don't worry about it in the back end. It doesn't hurt. It's really easy.
Yeah. As long as you relax, it gets easier as you go.
Wow, Brian.
The more you do it, the more you get used to it. You get in the rhythm. It's a skill. You have to learn it.
Oh, you just have to be willing to connect.
Question about Jack's jalapeno seeds. Not only that, I have Jack's jalapeno plants, and they're this good.
Nice.
They're adorable.
What kind of light?
If you're open to new things, you're right. It'll spicy things like jalapenos.
All right. Yeah, I might have a few extra seeds right now, but I've been saving them here in Tennessee for a couple years.
Nice.
And last year I had a terrible jalapeno year, and I was like, I got 2, and
last year was a bad pepper year in Zone 8 too. I got a couple, but it wasn't good.
So this is
up there
a new take on a Manhattan, because I found that new sweet vermouth and I thought it was a Rosso and it wasn't. So it's like a white sweet vermouth instead of a rose. It's weird.
Really?
It's not Manhattan-y.
Yeah.
What?
Hey,
wait. Who makes it?
Nerdy. You realize Jack's jalapeno seeds are just regular jalapeno M that he's just selected.
Right.
They're still jalapeno M, right?
Well, I'll
they're
probably
over here
have
nerding out
some
about
at SRF though, and I will, we'll probably trade you for them rather than sell them.
You might be able to actually
cool.
If you let them know, you could probably get some Spearco seeds directly from a Spearco at SRF, I'm assuming.
I don't know if he's coming.
Yeah.
It's like 3 weeks before his workshop.
It's close to TSP.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
It
I think I also have to go to DC.
Depends on how bribable he is, really.
True. It's true.
That's
Well,
true.
I mean, if all of us smiling faces show up, maybe. Hey.
Well, I bet if Josh volunteered to drive over and pick him up and drive him both ways, so we
I'm
didn't
still
have to
trying to
worry.
figure out how to
We'll
fuck.
buy him a plane ticket.
I'm thinking about renting a car, dude. I don't even know yet, but I'm gonna figure it out. I'm not volunteering that shit. I don't have to get myself there.
Is
They're
it
like, all right, Jack, here's
closer?
the deal. We're gonna hitchhike there, and there's gonna be some dick sucking involved. So I hope
Sweet.
I don't know if
Sweet.
that
I know some truck stops
You
along
can't
the way.
pass up
I got an
that
app you can download that you can find all the pilots. You'll be good.
Yeah, no, that's a good. Okay, so
no,
which
Jack,
one?
we're driving that slick new car that you bought. I'll pay for gas. That's the only way I can bring that.
Will you pay for gas in my new
You'll
550?
pay for gas.
I'll pay.
Is that ass
Value
cash
for
or ass?
value.
Jeez. Oh Lord.
So how much
K-Bonk
would
is
that
North
be?
Killing him. K-Bonk, I tried to follow you, but your pub key didn't work. I don't know what happened. So we'll have to fuck with that later. I don't know, man. I couldn't find it. Brian couldn't find it. So
What's that? Yeah, K-Bonk, your shit's all fucked up and shit.
all fucked
And you
up.
gotta add more relays.
It's so easy.
This is my homework. Maybe on the plane on the way
Well,
home.
we should just talk Patricia through it right now.
Hey, you know
You
what?
want me to
Here's
do
the
it
deal.
now?
I was playing with it earlier, and I think right now Snort's not bad. It's honestly got the most features of any of the ones on the desktop. But it is
I
also
thought he was
I got
talking
three
about
pilot showers.
It's buggy as shit sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it is that they're still actively developing it. So when these guys are updating code or whatnot, the whole thing's going to be down for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And if you
So,
don't have enough
hold
relays,
on,
it's going to fuck up. Iris is actually a little bit easier, I think, right now. If you're
Hey,
doing-
hold on one second, Josh. I got a legitimate question for Nicole before we get buried in NOSTR.
Yeah.
Since I'm in Tennessee, is it?
You're in
on-
Tennessee?
Yeah, I'm in West
Where?
Tennessee right now. Saltillo.
Are you gonna come visit?
Well, yeah, I'm sure at some point we're gonna be here for like a month and a half. Well, I'm right near Tim's property.
You know I have a ticket available for my spring workshop, right?
I do know that. I don't have a homestead or anything to put any practical solar installs or I mean,
Oh, you don't know anything about solar.
I don't think I have a
you
poverty
solar?
mindset. I don't think.
The network is the real reason to come to any.
I mean, I do understand
Yes,
that.
that's
And Joel and
absolutely
I,
true.
Joel and
Yeah,
I
you
were
could
actually
actually go meet
talking
Tim.
about it.
You could meet Tim in the flesh in Tennessee if you went there. You know that, Brian.
I'm
get
going to
every
meet
opportunity
Tim in
to
the flesh if I don't go there because we're meeting at his property.
Shut up, Tim.
What's
And
he going to his workshop?
I might actually make it that work, actually, Nicole. So we'll see.
We talk later.
Mm-hmm.
What's closer for SRF people?
No,
Is it
but here's the
closer by-
question. Oh, sorry.
clo-
Hold on,
yeah.
Patty.
Oh,
The
you have a
question
question?
about Tennessee.
Okay.
The question about Tennessee.
Oh yeah, what was the
So
question?
I'm in Saltillo. It's a very small town, but I'm in this kind of like neighborhood.
Yeah.
But there's a camper next to me. There's like a trailer across the street. There's a nice house down the road, and a lot of other really weird looking things. Would it be out of the question if I put a shower curtain up and took an outdoor shower in the yard?
It would look. People would think it was weird, probably, but I think it's perfectly acceptable.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, like if they ask, you'll be like, "Well, I didn't think you wanted to see my bottom, and I needed to take a shower."
Well, I would do that shit out in the yard.
Yeah.
I did that in Texas,
Yeah,
but I don't think they'd want that.
yeah.
The neighbors. Okay, the neighbors have a sign. The neighbors have a sign in their front yard. Like this is around the corner. They're not really actually the neighbors.
Yeah.
That says, "Drunks are sinners and alcohol whores." And then they also have shrunken heads on sticks next to their driveway.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that to ward off the, you know?
So you put the
It's like
curtain up
part of
because
it.
you figured they wouldn't appreciate your nudity.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Did the drunks put the shrunken heads there, or the shrunken heads there to scare the drunks?
I'm not sure. I
That
haven't
was
really
my
put it all
question.
together. There's multiple other signs in the front yard that I haven't been able to slow down slow enough to read yet. But I'm
Oh,
getting
do a
them
sign a
one
day
at a
while
time.
you're there. Oh, come on.
In
Please,
your
I'll get up
yard.
extra early. Do a
Right.
sign a day.
It's not my yard is the problem.
I'm just saying the majority of people that I know that would have a shrunken head also don't have issues with alcohol.
That's what I'm
Agreed.
thinking.
I'm
so
confused by the message.
confused.
I'm
so
getting mixed
confused.
signals here.
I'm concerned the shrunken heads are the drinkers.
Oh,
Maybe.
man.
Maybe.
I mean, you got to
It's
watch
possible.
how hard you hit that bush. That's all I'm saying.
The problem is I drive past their house every day to go get beer.
Maybe they did it to the bush.
Interesting
That's what
because
it was. It's not really bush. They
yeah,
just pissed in the
the
can,
heads
man.
make that really weird, but we do have some, like, I think everywhere in the country has just some interesting, like, branches that different religions have taken. And I could see where, because there's a meshing of sort of like, I'm going to call it the magical layer and Christianity that you will find in some rural parts of Tennessee and other, Louisiana, Mississippi, other parts of the country. And that may be something with that, actually.
Yeah. And
I want to
is it normal?
ask some more questions.
Is it normal the whole state to be like $1 million mansion, $20,000 trailer that you would never think anybody was living in, and you see like $100,000 car outside it, and then like a nice 2-story? Like, is that normal? The
Sounds
whole
like
state?
Texas.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I love Tennessee is that is normal the whole state, and it's partially because we have not been taken over by land use planning and zoning. And so it's, like there are places where it's like your house has to be this big or whatever, because some cities and some areas have accepted the narrative that is like how we ruin the country.
Right.
But a lot of it just has grown organically. And so when you buy your land, if there's no minimum requirement or no, like foundation stick built requirement, you're going to put on your property what you put on your property. And, you can buy a nice used trailer, like single wide that was made in the 60s or 70s that looks pretty sketch, and put it out there, and you instantly have bedrooms, kitchen, bathroom tied into the plumbing, and you're done. And then a lot of people will go through, gut the whole thing, and actually inside that trailer may look really badass.
Right.
Which is really, I love it. But other people,
that's my deal. We've already started making plans. We want to try to find like that 2 to 5 acres that we're going to dump this huge trailer on, and then buy a smaller one to go on journeys, and have that kind of be headquarters. Put a roof over it, move the solar panels on the roof or out in the yard or wherever I have to do. And then it's just mobile. That's an Airbnb and a headquarters at a hip camp. And then we're going to buy a smaller, more mobile, nimble trailer to go adventuring in.
I have some solar panels for sale too.
I got plenty. Actually, I could use 2, but those aren't the right ones.
Yeah, they're the right ones for my situation. And yeah.
I saw you post them, and I looked at them, and I was like,
right off,
shit,
man.
They wouldn't work.
I was like, I'll buy the whole pallet because it brings the price way down.
Yeah.
Well, I needed 10 of the 36. So I have 26.
Are you gonna, if you flip the 26, you got yours covered?
Not completely, but I do make a little bit. I make about $40 per one or $35 per one. So, and I wanted to keep the price like reasonable in the network. If I go outside of the network, it'll go up above 300.
Will they go fast outside the network? I haven't been trying to buy and sell shit for a long time. I don't know what the market
will
is.
See. I mean, if they don't, they don't. Because so my fallback is if I don't sell these, there's a second solar phase here where I take my actual house off grid, and then I'm stuck with the bill, but I have all the panels I need for here.
How hard would it be if you can't move the panels real quick to set up something mining Bitcoin with the ones that are just sitting in the yard waiting to sell?
I have no idea.
Probably a lot more than she wants to mess with.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, if they're sitting in the yard not making power.
They're not. Well, I mean, I have them because they're brand new. I have them stored not in the yard. Because
right. Well, yeah.
For me, right? But yeah.
I'm just saying if you get stuck with a bunch.
You got to have a pretty good data connection. You're going to have to buy like an ASIC miner or some shit like that to make it worth the money at this point.
Yeah.
We could mine Doge and go on Twitter. So full circle, let's talk about NOSTR.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now we're ready to talk Patricia through how to get her NOSTR set up.
I didn't even know where the website, I didn't know where to start.
You were going to talk me through that, even though I
NOSTR.com.
knew it was basically easy.
No
and then Jack started the whole grow NOSTR thing, and I was like, well, And he told me Sunday, he's like, I'm going to do this. I'm like, you're right. I'm going to jump on that before I'm supposed to do this live on Wednesday. So I got signed up. And y'all helped me a lot. That video you made about how to do it, I'm going to be sharing that everywhere. I'm going to go on my show. I'm going to talk about NOSTR, why I'm doing NOSTR, and that whole thing. Super simple, step-by-step instructions.
All we've done all week is
it's all
live.
up to you. Now we have to talk you through it live.
Do you want to start on your phone or on the computer, Patty?
Well, that's my question. Do I have to install shit? Because if I do, I have to do it on my phone.
You don't have to install it on the computer unless. Do you have the Albi extension? Have you done anything with the Lightning shit?
I've done nothing.
That's the only thing, and it's a browser extension. That'd be the only thing.
Browser extensions are fine. I just can't put software on this computer.
Browser extension is
a browser extension, and the rest is a website. But if you honestly, the phone runs smoother.
Does it?
What
I
would
can do either one.
password?
It's just easier on the phone. Are you iPhone or are you Android?
I'm an iPhone. Yep.
Damus. The app is Damus. DAMUS.
Okay.
Not UMass, which is like dumbass, right?
Right.
Yeah. Do you have a Lightning wallet?
I loved it. I loved it in Tim's group this morning when I don't know who it was like Nostradamus.
Oh!
I get it.
There you go. Yep, that's it.
Yep. Okay.
You like my little username for your demo that I did, the Android side? Nostradamus.
So is this like another float situation that I'm going to have to monitor?
No, it can't be like float. There's nobody that runs it.
There's no captain to sink the boat.
Well, but Jack's doing the same thing he did with float.
Right. Well, it's not. It's not a company. It's not somebody that owns it. It's not a platform. It's not an app. It's a protocol where a bunch of different apps and clients can all communicate. Open source. It's like email or podcasting. It's your user experience is going to be based on what client you're using, and it's self-custody. Your digital identity you make up is like your Bitcoin keys. You have a private and a public key, and you own that, and you can take it to any other client you want to. So it's decentralized mesh network. You can't. It can't just go away. The worst thing that could happen is relays could shut down and people quit using it. But it's so big now, I don't see it happening.
I have to save these keys or I'm gonna lose them. So hold on.
There you go.
Send them to me. I'll hold them for you.
Right. So do you use a Lightning wallet like Wallet of Satoshi or anything like that, or have you fucked with that at all, Patty?
I don't know what I have. I know I have access. What do I use? Exodus?
Tipbot.
Exodus is not gonna work with it. Don't even try with Exodus unless you're trying to move Bitcoin to Lightning. It's just Exodus is great, but the Lightning side is bad.
The Lightning side is not so great.
She probably has Tipbot from Telegram.
Yeah, Tipbot.
I do have that.
If you want to use Tipbot and make it easy on yourself, you can download Blue Wallet and link that to it.
Okay.
Otherwise, Wallet of Satoshi is the easy button too.
I think I need to install Wallet of Satoshi still.
And I like Wallet of Satoshi. I wasn't really big on it, but now I kind of got to rep it because I'm one of 30 people that got a custom. So I am Renegade Butcher at walletofsatoshi.com. I am no longer First Poppy 47.
All right. Whatever the hell.
I am a direct lawyer though. Hey Patty, my Wallet of Satoshi address is direct lawyer 40.
Is it really?
Exactly. I give illegal advice.
Wallet of Satoshi said he can.
You sure?
He passed the bar when he downloaded that app.
I mean, it's not that hard.
They gave me the credentials, baby.
I shouldn't say shit like that because I didn't think the bar exam was that hard because it was just vomiting up rules, but a lot of people have a hard time with it.
Well, if they didn't have a hard time with it, we wouldn't need lawyers, would we?
I would have a hard time with it because of how my memory works.
So
I have a hard time with it because I don't understand why I have to follow these fucking rules.
Right. So if I had to retake it, I would have had a problem because I'm really good at learning stuff for a test and then my brain dumps it. So it was been a real because it's November or no, you take it in the summer. They offer it in June or whatever and February. So it's like summer and then it would have been 6 months since it was not good. So I did. So I didn't have to worry about it.
There you go. Wallet of Satoshi is the easiest one you could probably ever fucking set up, though. I mean, like you
install it,
and you install it. You have a wallet now.
That's easy.
Done. K-Bonk, what's for dinner? I'm making a cauliflower crust pizza because I had a busy day. I went to the dentist, and I always like plan
You
easy.
did that?
Keto pizza. Yep, that's it.
And dill pickle brine-based salad dressing. It's mayonnaise, dill pickle, pepper, salt, garlic.
Homemade mayo.
And I put some herbs in there. Actually,
Some herbs.
Oh no, I put smoked paprika in there. Delicious. And I put some hot sauce, like some sriracha.
Nice.
I make really good salad dressings. It's one of the reasons you should come to my spring workshop because those salads are all dressed with salad dressings I made.
Yeah. Okay, I'm in Domus, which I'm now gonna call dumbass. Because I can't help it. So then I just post my public key.
You don't have to post. I mean, you can share that to us and we can go follow it. But
Yep.
you can go into your settings, your profile, and edit your settings. So then you can change your name. You can put it in a description. I don't use Domus myself, so I'm not sure if you can directly upload a picture. If you have to post a link to your profile picture,
So you can.
and then there will be a section for Lightning address.
Okay,
You'll have to
so I
get
gotta go
Lightning
set that up.
address and wallet of Satoshi.
Got it. All right. I have too many apps on my computer. Okay, so I have so many apps on my phone. It's so bad. Okay, so there's my whatever public key. I put it in the Telegram.
Okay. I see it.
I'll put a picture later.
Here. Let me.
So this I got set up. So now I got to go set up Satoshi.
Yep, and that should be pretty simple. I can't remember if they require an email address. I think they might.
I'm gonna find out.
Once it comes up, you just go in there and you'll hit like receive, and it'll show your Lightning address.
Oh, I see it.
It'll be some random thing they fucking give you, and you can't really
I
change
didn't
it.
want anything.
Huh?
Oh, here we go. I got to register. Hold on.
Oh, there you go.
Please log in to guarantee your Bitcoin or to use your account on multiple devices. Yeah, they want an email.
All that really does is just give you a way to recover your shit if for some reason you log out, which is a smart thing to do.
Which is not a horrible idea.
No, it's really not, because I mean, if you like your phone got wiped and you didn't have a way to back it up, there goes everything you kept. You know.
Yeah,
I just told somebody to
but it's
recover their Liberty Bitcoin.
Don't keep a bunch of money in Lightning. Just don't keep a bunch of money in Lightning.
No, I would no.
It's not. That's that easy.
Like keeping it under your seat in your car. Like somebody could break in there and get it.
Yeah, right. It's spending money. It's tipping money. You know, shit like that. So, although I will say, since I've been using NOSTR with the fucking zaps that people send, I'm making money without doing anything.
Same.
And
I've only been on there since Monday. I've made like $5.
And I've been tipping
Not that
people
much,
more.
but you know.
And I've made like $6 today, and I've been tipping other people in the process. So I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know?
I took that first. Hey,
I'm
can you
I'm
like
literally doing the exact same thing I do on all the other social media platforms, giving people advice, talking, posting stuff. I posted my website address earlier, and somebody like literally just tipped me 1,000 Satoshis for posting my website. It's crazy. I'm like, well, okay, I'm not complaining, but holy shit. Anyway,
I have to put these words in.
Words.
Hey, you
Words are
helped
hard.
me get my NOSTR set up the other day, but I have no idea where we were at. I got this all.
Oh, no.
You were doing Albi and you were doing Snort. Snort's gonna suck for you until you update Relays for sure. But I mean, you pretty well got it pretty close. I think
Well,
it's verified or not.
Okay.
Albi wants a password,
and
but I
then
never write it down.
it's indigestion sometimes.
You don't know your password. It's gonna help you. You didn't send me that.
Would it just be like a normal password?
Password might have been password.
I don't have a TikTok. Dude, you have like 7 of them.
Right? All right, there's Patty. All right, I am following.
Shit goes wrong.
You found me.
Invalid password.
Ah.
Why don't you use a password manager, my man?
You have to remember the password to that, right?
You need the password.
Just
man.
one. You make one password. You can tattoo it on the inside of your eyelid or something.
Well, shit,
Engrave
I
it
do
in
on
your
my iPhone.
welding projects or something. Make it your phone number from when your ex-girlfriend broke up with you and you had to delete your phone and no one could ever find that number.
I can't remember that.
I don't know. Did he ever? He's too old
Let's
for
be
that.
honest, it's probably Nos Bottles Rock 6969. Just try that. See if it works.
Brian, didn't you go like straight from married to the wrong person to Candace is awesome?
Yeah. Oh, Candace is awesome.
I know.
Yeah.
We literally
I like her.
We
I
watched
haven't met her.
Candace is very cool.
You did, Candace.
If you
Yeah,
ever want to
and,
see synapses start to fire in live, just go back and clip that on YouTube. you can literally watch him go blank until he processed the question.
I was like, oh,
Okay.
I know what I have to answer first. Candace is awesome.
how bad was that? Yeah. It's like, no,
I know what I'm
you don't
supposed
under.
to say.
I was 75 days away from the end of not being under childcare orders and shit, and then all
Is
of
that
a
how
sudden
close
I got
you are?
turned over. Yeah, their
almost done.
18th birthday is like literally done. No, I got turned over to the state for non-payment, and they don't know what to do because I haven't non-paid.
Yeah.
So, except now
Dude,
there's
I
like,
saw I
fucking-
saw
Now you're like,
Pain when
well, I
mine turned
will not
18.
pay.
yeah, they're like, and now they're going to do the calculations, and she might owe me money. So but
Oh, that would be funny.
That's going to be my excuse to the IRS. I haven't non-paid. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I try to fucking pay up.
It's like idiocracy. No, I was in here. Like the
You
fat guy
haven't
sat
paid.
on my face, everything. Like I'm supposed to be getting out today.
You haven't paid,
Plants like
but I haven't
Mountain Dew.
non-paid.
Yeah.
I haven't non-paid. It's like the Uno reverse
Oh.
card.
Oh my gosh, you guys! I referred someone to Matt, our Agris tax attorney, and he might hit me the next time I see him
Oh,
because I said
you were
I
that
said
person.
I said to the person,
Was this somebody from Freedom Cells?
it might have been. I was like, but
Were they a
no
sovereign
bullshit,
citizen?
like legit, like, and I said like, don't take any sovereign citizen bullshit to Matt because he'll hang up on you. And they're like, understood. I'm not. I'm like, but I think you might be based on your question. So we'll see. Okay, so I've got Damas and I've got Wallet of Satoshi set up. Now what do I have to set up? Now I have to do NOSTR.
Okay, so you go to Damas is a client.
That's it?
access now.
Okay, well then I already just did it. That was it.
Okay, so go to your Wallet of Satoshi
Yeah.
and go to receive.
Did we just do
Oh, I
it?
did that.
And it should show you a Lightning address. It looks
Yep,
like.
and I put that in Damas.
You put that in there. Okay, cool. So you put that in as your Lightning address. You should be good to go. The only thing you haven't done, excuse me, is the NIP5 verification. Which the easy way to do that's with Albie, but
Okay.
but there are.
mean,
I mean, the first time I said it, I felt a little dirty because I grew
heard
up
it
with a
too.
guy that
Yep.
was in Vietnam. But it is what it is.
But yeah, so let me go check. You should be able to at least receive zaps now. So
Yeah.
I'm just a NIP2 person.
Yeah. Same.
So for anybody who's watching and doesn't know, NIP stands for NOSTR Improvement Protocol, and it's basically ways that they add to the protocol as it goes. But I'm sure all the jokes. There's a lot of puns involved.
Oh, dude,
There's a lot of
I used to
stuff
work with a
there.
lot of Hmong, and they would mess with me so bad. Oh yeah.
Hey guys, put the link to your video you made in the comments because I'm seeing Mike Bertrice has had trouble connecting his wallets.
He
And
needs
I got it.
explain it makes it super freaking easy.
He
I'll
should
grab
also
it.
come over to Lightning for Liberty because that we've been doing a lot of troubleshooting there. I am not seeing a Lightning
Yeah,
address.
crazy
in the
lady
patty.
decided.
Okay, let me check.
So when you go into your settings, what category
went-
is that address in?
Went in this profile, edit, and then there's a spot that says that I'm dumb because I didn't hit save.
Brian, it's in the private
Yeah,
chat.
that would be it. That would be it. Yep.
Yep. Save.
And literally the second that you
That was
posted
crazy.
I saw it pop up on Amethyst. I didn't refresh. It popped up at the same time. That's crazy.
That's cool.
All right. I can send you one directly to your profile, but if you post a note, people can zap it too.
Okay.
Let's see here. I'm going to do first zap,
This is
and somebody can try to beat me if they want, but here we go.
post.
It's probably sent a couple times because.
What are you trying to do?
You have the best Wallet of Satoshi address I've actually seen. That was a random one too.
Pretty good.
What is it? What is it?
Vulgar Search 35 at
Yeah.
walletofsatoshi.com.
What is
Vulgar
it?
Search.
Vulgar search 35.
Yes. Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Who did you pay off to get that, Patty?
0 people. I did it live on YouTube, so maybe that's why.
Man. All right.
Hey,
I
there's
think I
my
sent it to
snort.
you, but it's a lot easier to zap it when you actually make a note. By the way, yes, we'll call it that. You can post something, but the official term on NOSTR is
a note.
It's a note when you post something up.
Hey, Josh, I'm on Snort. How do I get my super secret key?
Your super secret what? You mean your
My
private
key.
key? Your
Yeah, I
private
don't think I wrote it down anywhere.
Go to your settings and your account, and you scroll all the way to the bottom, and you should be able to copy it. And then, are you trying to do it on your phone now?
No, I'm on my laptop. I just typed SN and boom, my public key came up. So it went to my site.
What are you trying to do with your super secret key? Don't be sharing that shit around.
No, I was gonna write it down, so I had a copy. I don't think I have a copy.
There you go. I thought you were gonna move to your phone or some shit. That's fine too. But
Manage NOSTR.
You should write it down.
Shit, okay.
So
hey, we should.
You can always make 5 different profiles and then forget them if you want to.
You're right, like TikTok.
Like 7 Pickle Pete's hanging out on NOSTR. Why not?
Pickle Pete, one post.
He's like, I don't have a TikTok. I'm like, I followed you 4 fucking times.
5 of them. Okay, so that was not so much visual for people
I'll
watching.
say that was the AI.
But it literally took me that much time to install Wallet of Satoshi, install DOM. It was really easy. It was
it's like you install a wallet and you sign up for Twitter and make those 2 things talk and you're done.
That was it. That was
basically like that.
And then when you go use Twitter, it's like Twitter in 2011. So Twitter sometimes had like vomitous moments, and you're like, oh, it's having a vomitous moment. I shall walk away, and I shall come back and see if it's working now.
Well, the best part is you can grab one client and use one client, and then if that one isn't happen to be working, you can open another one on your phone, and it might be working perfectly fine. That client might just be updating their shit.
Well, let's explain to people what a client is, because I know, because I'm from the 90s and the 80s. And
right?
I think that's why I like this so much, is because it reminds me of
you guys want like Telnet or like BBS type shit, where you actually had to connect to shit? Yeah. Or, okay, so if you're a web person and you use like FTP, which is a protocol, it is a language, it's a computer language. You use a program that uses that language to connect to a protocol, and that's how you communicate. And it doesn't matter whether you're using like one on Windows or Linux or Mac. It could be a whole different set of programs. Or so podcasts. So RSS is a protocol that distributes the stuff on the internet, right? And you could use Podverse, Spotify, Fountain, all these different ways to access it, and you still access the same information, but your user experience, what you see, how you interact is different because you use different clients that do the same thing.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's the same deal, and that's a nice thing. You are in control, and you choose your experience based on that. And you don't.
Well, that's a big thing in this community right now, because we all jumped on board and Float, and it fucking sucked the big donkey dick, and it is what it is. It's done.
They still exist.
But we put all our eggs in our basket.
It can't happen. It can't happen with this, because if Snort decides to say, "Oh, we want to change our user interface," and they do it, and it's totally backwards, and it doesn't work like Float. We say, okay, well, I'm going to use Amethyst, or I'm going to use Damus, or I'm going to use Iris, or there's going to be another client, web-based client that's going to pop up. It's going to be better. Mm-hmm. It's not a platform. It's protocol, and you get to curate your own user experience. It's in the very infancy. As it progresses, there's going to be things these are some of the things that I see easily achievable. I have client ABC that's a traffic app. It's not only a traffic app like Google Maps and like the road conditions, but it's going to have the cops. Jack talks about Waze, but Waze on steroids, and then add in the lightning tipping. But then there's going to be different relays that you're going to use depending on what city you're in.
And then
so
add
you're gonna
people
sign
in
into the Houston Interstate Relay because you drive the Houston Interstates. You're gonna drive the Nashville highways. You're gonna go to that relay. And as people are giving updates on traffic and cops, you're zapping them. You're sending value. Like this is shit that's easily achievable.
And then meshing like and things like that in white pages, and you've got business directories, and people can give reviews, and they can zap each other for reviews. A business could turn around and be like, "Thank you for giving me a 5-star review. Awesome. Here's 500 sats." You know, that's the kind of shit that can happen. There is already a Nostr-based chess app where you can go play chess with other people over the Nostr protocol. That is completely separate and different than social media shit.
So everybody wants to say it's like Twitter. It's like Twitter. It's like Twitter. That's the basic functionality of it at the moment.
Yeah. That's the skin. That's the UI.
Well, it's like Twitter in the way that Float was like Twitter, where it was they had
not necessarily. I mean, it doesn't have to be that way.
Right. They didn't either.
You can also go
no. Yeah, I guess Float's like Twitter, but it doesn't have to like there are already, like Josh was saying, there's a chess app, there's a chess client that can log in to Nostr, and it's not like Twitter. The user experience is totally different. So
you can log into Nostr.
Becoming popular.
You can log into Nostr.
The live stream to Nostr solution
soon.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I'm sure that's coming. And it's like right now there's Nostrgram, which I'm not a big fan of. It's still kind of buggy, but the layout is set up more like it's all social media shit. It's all more media based. It's more video and shit like that, and it's laid out with like a section of blocks instead of like you scroll down and you see posts. It's like laid out in a bunch of like pictures. Like you go on Instagram and you see like.
So you're gonna see everything you use right now turned into a Nostr-based client with Lightning capabilities. So your GPS, your shopping apps, your Amazon, your movie browser, your music, your podcast player, your whatever you use right now.
Is they created a way for people to communicate with each other and send valuable information and value over a distributed node-based mesh network versus central hubs that are controlled. And everything that we do now on the internet can happen over this protocol. Just the first things that we happen to have started doing that have gotten popular is Twitter-like kind of social media shit,
microblogging, and I think it is a big fucking middle finger to Twitter because they went away from Bitcoin.
Well, one of the main people driving this
that happens first, right? It's the easiest thing to build and get interaction with. Twitter started with like as text message compatible,
and Twitter and Substack are where most of the guys that are hardcore developers spend their time. So those guys have built. That's why everybody's complained that they get on there. It's all Bitcoin people. Well, it's a bunch of Bitcoin loving developers that are posting the shit they like because they're the only ones there. If you want to see other shit, get on there and post.
It was just like Float was all the fear porn because they got banned off every other fucking.
Because it was put together by a bunch of conspiracy theorists. That's of course the first people there are going to set the tone. But if you want to see other shit, show up and do it. The other thing
that's what Jack's doing right now. The same
who's
thing.
Been one of the main people pushing the whole idea of Nostr right now that's been getting these developers interested, and he's been active. Fucking Jack Dorsey, who founded Twitter, and he just walked away and says middle fingers to the air. So of course, the first thing that's really going to get driven and pushed is something Jack Dorsey likes because he's the one out there providing value to all these developers to do it. So if you want to see other shit, get on there and tell the developers what you want to see because I've been seeing it in real time. I have had actual shit that I have suggested get implemented on Nostr. And I'm
already in 2 weeks.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy.
VIP5 protocol, I am going to do that on my laptop when I get back because
you can do it up to your phone.
You can do it from a browser in your phone.
You can
go to getalby.com on your browser and set up an Alby account. That's all you got to do.
Then you got to remember the password.
Don't forget the password.
I do have a system for that.
Up, and then all you have to do is when you go in, you'll go. It's actually easier on your phone because you can't make the mistake you will on your browser. I promise you fucking will. If you do it on your computer, log into your actual account and go into your settings, your profile, and there is a section to add your public key. on your actual forward-facing Albie profile.
So that's one of the projects. That makes sense. So I was reading about it. Like, if you want to do the NIP5 protocol, like all by yourself without using one of the projects, you gotta have it on a server. Like, I get it. I understand how to do it. I can do it when I
use Albie.
Albie makes it easy.
Okay.
All you're doing is you're registering it to your public Albie profile.
Okay,
Once it's up there, you're going to take your Albie address. You're going to make a Lightning address on Albie. That's going to go in the NIP5 section. So it's going to verify that that's your actual pub key on your Albie profile, and that's all that gives you the check. That's the easy.
You end up with 2 Lightning addresses then?
No, because the NIP5 is not going to show up as a Lightning address.
Okay, cool.
Just going to go to wherever you could use your Albie there if you wanted to switch and have your Zaps go to your Albie.
See what it gives me.
Your Lightning address, but you don't have to.
Get your Albie username. God, I don't want to do that.
And I literally
Jack's thing he started, Grow NOSTR. Go to Jack, go to Survival Podcast, listen to the episode. It's fantastic. It explains a lot.
Blog.
We did it that night again on Lightning for Liberty, a little different take, and we did a setup. Great. The link's in the thing. But the one thing I want to stress about Jack's initiative, it is the same thing he did on Float. And here is the thing.
It worked.
I wish when I heard him say to do it on Float that I followed his instructions, because I didn't. I did similar. I did different things. I didn't do it. Toolman Tim, I work with him all the time. I meet with him all the time. Tim followed that protocol to the T, and today his audience is stronger and bigger because he did it.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter if Float fell on its face. Doesn't matter what happened to Float. Tim's community followed him wherever he went, and he built it on Float following Jack's protocol. The guy knows what the fuck he's talking about. So just listen to him. Listen to what he said. If you want to build influence, you want to build a following on the new platform, if you have something to promote, listen to the guy. It works.
He's got it going on. Because I'm going to tell you right now, what Jack is promoting is a much more organized version of basically what Brian and I have doing as soon as we got onto the platform. And both of us have over 100 followers already, and we've only been there a few weeks. And they're active people. They're not just random followers. They're active people that are on there providing value for value. And
I was able to get Adam Curry to follow me. That worked.
Robin Holstein down here had fucking Jack
Dorsey
fucking Zapser 1337, the first fucking post she makes. And I'm like, he's zapped you in geek speak, and you don't even understand it. You don't get the levels of how awesome it is to have Jack Dorsey zap you with the Lightning Network 1337, which is old school hacker speak. I know you don't understand it, but I do, and it blows my mind.
I saw that, and I just scrolled by, and I rolled back up, and I was like, wait a second.
Wait.
The protocol that Jack has said to do is 100% what you should do on any social network that you join. When he adds the hashtag to it and gets people involved, he starts a swell that benefits everybody who participates in it. When he told me he was doing that, I was like, "Yep, I'm all in." I mean, I was already gonna go to NOSTR anyway this week, but I was like, "I'm all in this week," because now it's.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the fact that Jack did what he did on Float is the only reason Float floated as long as it did.
Yes, very true. Very, very true.
Because he was one of the main drivers behind it, and he was the driving force behind getting his audience on there. Which, let's be honest, that's the only thing that made Float worth being on there.
Hey, Josh, tell Robin what it means.
Okay, so old school as shit. Way back in the hacker days, they thought it was really cool back then to substitute numbers for letters. So when you were trying to show off how cool you were back in the old ASCII days and say, I'm a hacker and I know what I'm doing, I'm elite. Well, the shortened version was elite. So 1337 spells out basically LEET. So when somebody tips you 1337, they're doing a little aside to that old school hacker culture. It was a little lost on you, I know, but it tickled me that even I've done that before. fuck with people.
I read letters like that or numbers like that still.
It's
I read numbers like letters and back and forth because it was
Because
like
that
old
was-
pager days. It was
What
pager
Robin
days.
needs to do is reply with front porch in ASCII letters.
Right.
Okay. I think I did it right.
Okay. Let me go and have a look at your profile.
So see if I have a check mark, and I think I do.
Let me punch you in so again. Should be still saved. Da-da-da-da. Let's see.
Doo-doo-doo.
Doo-doo-doo.
All right.
That's
It's
probably
showing
me.
a red check for me. So, okay, where did you put your public key on your
Probably in
Albie?
the wrong place. So Albie gave me the my lightning address, the at getalby.com. Do I put that in there, or do I put
Okay,
the
that's
actual?
that's where you're going to put on your. So it is your Albie address, the Agarist ESQ.
Yep, at getalby.com.
That's fine.
Yep.
Okay, so now go to the getalby.com. Let me see. I'll have to try to pull it up on my phone so I can do the same walkthrough as I'm talking to you. Make sure you put it in the right spot. It's a little confusing. It's actually less confusing from the phone than it is from the fucking computer browser because it's really easy to end up in the actual extension settings, which is where both Brian's got stuck in the weeds too. And
The only option is either website or NIP5 verification. There's only two options.
Okay, hold on. What part of the settings are you
In Damus?
Where's my goddamn browser? Okay, no, don't worry about that. We're worried about the Albie site. Go to getalby.com.
Let me go to settings on the Albie site. Okay, so there's account settings, profile settings, and connect to your own node.
Okay, so go to account.
Okay.
Hold on, let me log back in. Let me log into my Albie here.
Okay.
Quick. Make sure I'm not misguiding you here. What's my password? I don't know my password.
It's password.
Oh
Just
no!
make a new account.
It's password,
Make a new account. All right, let's see here. All right. Get out of the way. I don't want to save my password. I know my password. All right. So go to setting. Go up to the top. Hit the little three hash that drops. Go to settings, and then go to profile settings.
Okay.
And if you scroll down on profile settings, there's a section that says NOSTR address NIP5 identifier. Post your pub key there and update your NOSTR public key. And then I bet you I will see the check change immediately. I'm going to go over.
Well, that's what I already put in the Telegram group. So that's like, where can I copy and paste this on my computer?
There you go. So yeah, your public key. It's not your private key or anything like that.
No.
All that is doing is that's attaching your public key to your public Albie profile people could go to and tip you from. And it's checking there to make sure that basically you're confirming from two different places you're who you say you are. Because I could make a NOSTR profile right now and say that I'm Patty, but I can't verify that I hold your Lightning address unless I do this verification stuff. So somebody could fake it if they really wanted to try to be convincing if they were really motivated enough, but it's an extra layer kind of thing. Your profile is still totally usable without that. It just makes you look more legit and less like a bot if you've got the check.
Well, I did that.
It's like MC Hammer, too legit to quit.
I have not seen it. It actually dropped off your. Did you delete it from your profile on Damus?
It's because I'm messing with stuff. Hold on.
Okay.
Stop messing with stuff and follow instructions, and it'll work.
Quit, dang.
Yeah, I'll put it back.
Yeah.
So has anybody followed her yet on Snort?
I have, and it's there, and you're verified. There you are. Good to go. Blue check.
Done.
You're done. You're there. You're ready.
So you guys, that took like 5 minutes.
It would have taken 3 if you'd listened.
I know it.
Did you post Did you post the pub key in the comments?
In
Telegram group.
I can go on.
Drop it in the chat here. I'm assuming, or Brian can, Scramblin can, and then
I can do it in the YouTube too.
I got it at the thing.
Yeah, but you'll have to post it in the private chat, and he'll have to go over.
I got it.
What's your name on Snort?
Agarist ESQ, so Agarist Esquire.
Gotcha.
Not just on Snort, it's on all.
Your key. So when I paste a pub key in Snort, it does not come up.
Sometimes
what
it's
I
a little.
started doing is finding people who are following the person, and then I look in their following list.
Sometimes sort of slow and laggy, and sometimes if you delete the last character, for some reason it'll come up in a search. It'll like autocomplete.
Oh, I'll try that.
Patty, are you going to put it in the private notes so I can put it in? Or it's right there.
There it is. There it is.
I think it's my really shitty internet is the problem.
Uh-oh.
It's not. It's probably not. Snort is just kind of flaky. Now, if you're doing it on the computer and Snort's really being buggy, try logging into iris.to. It's a little different interface. It does not have all the new features like polls and shit yet, but it does run smoothly. So, that one is 3D.
The Hollow Roost has a roof.
Oh.
Ooh.
My neighbors came over and put a roof on it and didn't even come up and say hi. They just admired it and drove off.
Came and did it.
It was working.
Even better. Uh-oh. What's Brian working on down there?
Rachel Brown, it will take you 5 minutes to get around to it.
Seriously. We've only not only put out a bunch of videos on it, we have, I think, spent the last 5 live streams showing people how to do this. So
if you can't figure out how to do it, I feel sorry for you.
What did we started it out Tim's show on what was it?
Sunday.
Was it Monday? Okay.
No, it was Easter Sunday.
Yeah, Tim's show Sunday night. They went through this stuff. Granted, it was kind of a drunken mess, but it got done. And then Monday, who did it on Monday? Somebody did something on Monday, or we skipped Monday.
No, I had my show on Monday with Corey because my guy canceled.
And so then Tuesday, Jack did it, and then we did it on Lightning for Liberty. And then I talked about it on my show a little bit, but we didn't do a live thing. And then today I did a lot of question and answers and shit on my live, and then we did it here live. So what do we have?
That's like 6 streams.
Yeah, it's all been set up on NOSTR, along with the whole fucking video walkthrough on 3 different platforms of how to do it. Oh, and
there's a whole Telegram group that will absolutely just tell you how to do it.
And we spent the last week just answering questions the entire week on how to get on NOSTR. So yeah, the information is out there. We're willing to help you. We're not saying we won't, but goddamn it.
And they keep answering the same questions over and over because they answered them for me, even though they already answered them. So I didn't have to wade through the answers of the questions that were the same freaking questions that everybody asked the whole time.
It's really that
I may have a notepad with answers on it.
You could just program a bot at this point.
It's kind of like.
But that have you? Do you guys get replies from Cyborg on NOSTR? I know Josh does. I've seen him. So
yeah,
when you post something with a certain hashtag.
I get to. I've had the AIs conversing with each other in my comments, dude.
Yeah.
So, and I had one where I said nobody asked you, Chat GPT, and the bot got offended and apologized. I was like,
Yeah, I posted something. I was like, "This is a great idea. I think you should do this, and this." And I'm like, "Oh my god, it sounds like I'm talking to the fucking AI." Right. And I looked at the profile, and I was like, "It is."
Dude, I'll post something, and it comes back with a scary, accurate response to whatever I said. But it will literally be the moment I posted it. There's no way you type 4 paragraphs that are perfectly to do with what I said. It wasn't just holy shit.
Yeah, the first time it happened, I was like, how that motherfucker type that fast?
Dude, this guy's spell check game is on point. Holy shit.
Okay, so Jack just posted something. He said he just zapped someone from Strike on Domus to see if he could, and it worked. So you can go right from US.
There we go. That
is badass.
That is badass.
One tap zap. I got you on that.
Yeah, that works.
I sell coffee on this thing, don't I?
Yeah, you can just post a picture of your bag of coffee and say, I want X amount of fiat dollars for it, and say comment or DM me. Somebody comments, you go into Blue Wallet or whatever, you generate an invoice for X amount of dollars worth of Satoshis, and you literally copy and paste the invoice. The long string of gobbledygook letters, you paste that into the comment, and it turns it into a pay invoice in the client.
Yeah, I wish I could just have a QR code that was an invoice.
You don't even need
you could do that, but
you could. But okay, so if you just take that code that it puts out below the QR, you just copy that into your long press and hit copy, And when you post that in a note, it automatically in most clients will just come up and say invoice for this many Satoshis with a pay button.
But
Yeah.
do they expire still?
Can they pay? My point is, what if I have 50 pounds of coffee for sale? And I want a QR code that or I want to generate multiple times. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you
Wallet
need
of
to
Satoshi is
sort of a
helping you
shopping cart
out.
type thing there too. It's gonna for now. It's gonna be more like the one-time sale type thing. If you want to set up something that is multiple recurring items, the invoice thing's not going to work super well for you because the invoices do expire after a certain amount of time.
yeah, I mean, it could expire. I could be like, you can buy coffee for the next 24 hours. I'm roasting tomorrow, for example.
You don't get to set how long. It's like under an hour.
Okay.
So
I think it's 2.5. Or it's 144 minutes.
Depends on your wallet. It depends on your wallet.
Okay.
It could be 10 minutes. It could be 2 hours. It depends on what your default setting is on the wallet, and you don't always get to change it depending on what wallet you use. We found that out.
Yeah.
So if you, I've been fucking with the BTC Pay server a little bit because I've had access to one to fuck with, but it's better for one-off sale type things. It's better like, hey, if you're interested, let me know. And you literally can just drop a invoice for that one person's payment in a comment, and they can just pay it right there.
I just did it. Okay. So I responded to Jack's comment, and instead of clicking Wallet of Satoshi, I clicked Strike.
Okay.
And it just popped the 29 cents out of my Strike.
I am reasonably certain I can do it with Cash App too.
Yeah, it lists Cash App. Yeah. So that's
well,
pretty
it
cool.
listed is coming up. I've not tested it to try because if you're a privileged person like us that are Android users, you can actually link your wallet or your Albi wallet, pardon me, directly to Amethyst. So it's super slick once you set it up. And I can literally just click the zap button and either select how much I want to zap or whatever. It's one click. Boom, done. I don't have to open a wallet. Cool. It's just done.
I've stopped hitting the like button. I made a preset three Satoshi and a preset 11 Satoshi thing.
Yep.
And basically, when I'm on Amethyst, if I was going to hit the heart button, I just hit the 3 sats instead. It's nothing to me.
Depending
but
on
it adds up for other people.
Depending
and if I like it a little bit more, I hit the 11. And then if I really like it, like I want to actually send them a zap as people are using it, I hit that and it goes. So yeah, I've stopped hitting the like button.
The depending on what I feel like at the time, zaps are usually going to be 1, 7, 21, 42, 69, 420. Just some random fucking number.
You're a fucking loser, dude.
Hey, but you know what? People laugh at the shit.
You're a burnout, man.
I'm a loser. But no, hey, the other fun thing, and I'm not exactly sure on Damus how it's done. It's either a long press or a double, but you can open it up and it'll let you like enter a custom amount, but you can add a note along with your zap and it'll read in their Lightning wallet when they'll open up Wallet of Satoshi or Albi or whatnot and get a note from you.
So Nicole, I know you've done, I think, stuff where you've done community, not necessarily fundraisers, but like I know in my community somebody had some shit go on and we raised some money for them.
Yeah, we do it quietly, but people like PayPal it, and that's
yeah. So here's the deal. Josh sent me a message and it basically melted my fucking brain out of my head.
I was like, you're welcome.
You can take on, it was Amethyst, right?
With Snort. It's on Snort.
It'll be on all of them very, very soon.
Right, but for now,
basically, when I put a note up, I can designate an LN address to have all the zaps sent to. So say I want to promote Nicole needs a new roof because a tornado tore a roof off. Knock on wood, it never happens. But I want all the people in the community. I want all the people in the community to post messages and put Nicole's LN address for the zaps. And anytime any of them get zapped, it just goes to your wallet.
Or say we want to promote our giveaway next week on Lightning for Liberty and say, but we're posting on our own private NOSTR accounts. Hey, we're doing a giveaway next week. We're raising funds. All of the sats that we accumulate are going into the pot for the big winner. Zap this, and it's going to that. And
it's not going to me. It's going to a designated wallet.
Yeah, all zaps to this note are going there. and they don't do anything else. They just go, okay, that's a cool post. Boom. They don't even have to fucking know. It's just
just the way you can do community organizing, community fundraising, and stuff for people.
I love that idea because it's usually a situation where somebody's like husband or wife beats them, and they have decided to leave them, and I'm like, I need a special donation.
How do I secretly raise
reason?
Obvious way.
For an undisclosed person, I can't tell you why, but people trust me, and then we help get that person set up in an apartment or whatever.
Really cool.
And it's fantastic because you could just say hit zap, and it's going to that person. You don't need an identifier; it's an anonymous address.
We know somebody in the community that's in need, and we're raising funds to help them out. And everything, all zaps to this particular note are going to a specific cause.
How sick is it that my mind's blown by the way I can make money on this, and the thing I get most excited about is how I can give it to someone else.
Right? Gee, it's crazy. It's crazy, isn't it? Here's the other mind-blowing thing. If you really wanted to fuck with, you know how I was setting up way back when all that shit was more relevant? We were working out the tipping for the after party, and we could put up a QR, and it just automatically splits to everybody, and none of that matters anymore. You could use the same shit. We could set up an Ellen Bits address with splits and all that shit. You could set that to where somebody could tip, and it automatically would split in different ways, however you wanted. You could say, I want to support all of these other podcasters with this note, so tip them and let it know. And you could set it up without them ever even knowing or caring. Go in the back end, and it automatically would split all the tips and just forward it to their Lightning addresses.
Well, here's your other thing is we were talking about like the Agorist coupon network or value for value network where we were going to give all discounts between each other. It could also be somewhere you could split that any of the zaps from the advertising for the Agorist. They all goes into one thing and then comes off the top, and we all get made whole for the discounts we're giving
automatically, and nobody gets to argue about it because it's just done by a code. It's done by an algorithm for you.
Yeah, so I sell digital passes, and I want to like for digital passes for SRF. It'd be really cool if like a small percentage goes to everybody who has a recording in that. The person who does the video, like recording and editing, I want that to automatically go. Like that'd be
cool if it was like Fountain, where you could just split shit in. Like, I want 40% of this to go to my guests because they're cool. We're in that world now.
I love that.
Smoothing the edges out of it, of how it's still kind of techie to make it happen, but it's
cool. Hey Josh, this is the thing that I was thinking about the other night. I was sitting there, and I may have had it wasn't Bush yet. I've been missing NOSTR, by the way. You're needing to bring a bunch of it to SRF.
We were talking about that. How I may have a camping spot as long as I bring the beer.
Anyway, I was thinking about. So how many nights did we sit there on Telegram and bullshit about itty bitty tips? And we need to make it do this. Can you make it do that? Can you make it do this?
And they just made a whole social network that does it all integrated. I know.
But it was like, what could we do? What could we want to make this do? And all of that stuff is already included because everybody else thought there was value in it too. But we just didn't have a team of developers and a fucking protocol to put it on.
Right. Exactly. It's like these are all the ideas that we're like, this is what it needs to do. And they're like, oh, now it's doing it. But see, this is the beautiful part about it. All those ideas are still rattling around and they're still being generated. But now we're on the platform with the fucking developers and in front of my eyes. In a few weeks, I have seen people go, it'd be really cool if the NOSTR protocol integrated this, or if this client did that. And somebody's like, that's a great idea. Hold on. Update your client. And it's there. Polling has been added in the last week.
Not everything. You can't say I wish it did like jumping jacks and spun around on my screen.
But reasonable shit that's achievable and that makes sense. All you got to do is convince the developer it's a good idea. And they're going to be like, "Ooh, new project, cool." These guys are like super ADHD. You give them a squirrel, they're going to chase the thing.
Yeah, for sure. You got to learn how to work with them, though. You got to learn how to speak their language.
You do.
But anyway, the background behind this screen looks fucking phenomenal.
You can thank the Bing AI for that.
It does look really good.
Nice, Bing.
I just liked it when I was like in the eye.
Right in the eye.
Okay, so when I'm
I know what's behind my head. A big Bitcoin.
In the eyeball. So now instead of making random
my
posts
passwords.
on, like
Still not working.
Instagram, we're doing this on Domus.
Yeah.
You know what would be really cool?
Going to NOSTR, but yeah, you're using Domus as your
to link Domus or Snort or whatever to automatically repost my shit to.
See, I'm trying to figure that out. That's still
because it's like, you know, I walked away from Twitter 8 years ago, and I came back reluctantly because it was starting to get me some traction. But whatever, it's not whatever.
What I want to see.
It's fun to fuck with them about NOSTR though.
Yeah.
What I want to see, it's worth the extra step.
And have it linked back to flipping NOSTR every time.
Oh, I do. I put my pub key in every single post on Twitter now.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, I put it in my profile, but same thing.
What I want to see happen, and it's close. There are people working on the WordPress plugins now, but I haven't gotten them to work yet. They're still very fucking new. But you know how you can set up WordPress plugins to where like I post a blog post and it automatically goes to Facebook and here and all the other places. Pretty much, there's ways to do that. That needs to get integrated into WordPress, and that's what I want for a workflow too. So when I'm promoting like a podcast or a product or whatnot, or I'm doing my show notes after I posted the audio version. I want to go up on WordPress, make one blog post, and have it go everywhere. That's going to be available on NOSTR sooner rather than later, I'm sure.
That would be great.
Work out the bug. And I love that because I post the same shit like 17 times, copy paste to all these different platforms. I want it in one place. NOSTR's going to come in a little bit later because we're still figuring it out. It's still very new, but it's in the works.
Cool.
So there's one right now where it's like you go in and you set your private key, you set up what relays you want it to go to and everything. It's just, it doesn't work yet. I think there's just some communication with WordPress in the back end. Probably worked with one specific version of WordPress. So once they work that shit out, it's like beyond alpha.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's irritating me about like whatever they're trying to do with Float. They're like, oh, we're going to be and I'm like, no, that ship has sailed.
It's already done. It's been done, and you already did your pump and dump.
Right, exactly. Like, no.
I might have trolled a little bit on the Telegram Float group.
I saw that. I was laughing.
I got messages from. I've gotten messages from 3 people on NOSTR that said, "Hey, I recognize your name from Float. I was wondering if we'd ever connect again because they didn't go to the places I went. They didn't go to my Telegram group or whatever." And so I went in the Float groups and I was like, "Hey, Float fam, find me on NOSTR. I've hooked up with all my other friends from there."
They killed it. So Float was down for a while, remember, when they announced all their shit, and then Jack came in and was like, "This is all in really bad form because people go to your shit and it doesn't at least even forward to your new project." And then they put it back. And everybody was back posting fear porn. There was like the same 6 people posting the same shit. So I finally logged in after like a week, and I was just like, my Float tokens are for sale. If anybody feels nostalgic and wants some NFTs, give me a reason to get rid of these bitches because I want to uninstall MetaMask because I don't use Ethereum.
For anything else, I don't either.
I had like one person replied, and I was like, yeah, no, I don't care. I don't care if mine uses Ethereum. I want it gone. And I just did that to troll them. And now it's gone again. I just tried to log back in and error. You can't. SSL error. Can't log back in. I'm like, we didn't see that coming. Put it back up for fucking 2 weeks. What was that about?
They forgot to pay the bill.
Yeah, probably. Right. They ran to pay the power bill.
Ran out of Flokins they take Flokins at their ISP.
I mean, basically what happened there is they launched their token and Bitcoin crashed, and I don't think
they didn't launch their token. That's the problem. They promised a token that they never fucking launched.
So here's the thing. They rationalized the fact that they didn't launch the token because Bitcoin was down. In my opinion, you launch when the asset's at the bottom, so you launch it, blow it up, and then it comes back on the rebound and everything's great.
Does this mean Float Fest isn't happening this year?
No, I haven't
already happened.
About it. It would.
Yeah, should have been.
If it was going to happen, I would think I might have heard. No, I don't know. I left the fucking groups because it was a shit show, but
yeah,
I think they kicked you out of the groups.
No, I left.
Oh, you didn't fire me. I quit.
I left when I realized they were fucking me over. and because they did the same shit.
They did you dirty pretty hard. They did do you
I was
dirty.
supposed to get a fucking $1,000 prize that I won because I promoted the fuck out of their shit on their stupid little social.
And they didn't
media
give you?
Oh, they
no.
did.
Well, they finally turned around, and I kept asking. I said, "So when are you going to do that?" You know, after the event, they were saying because everybody was whoever had the highest score in their little thing.
I remember that. Yep.
Pictures and all that shit. I like it was me and one other guy in the running, and was nobody else was catching up because I was promoting the fuck out of it. I told him he should have caught up
He
while we were
hacked
at
the
event.
standings.
We showed up
Yeah.
like after the event. So after the event was done, they turned around and said, well, you know, people can still post after event stuff. So we're going to give it until August. August came. Nothing happened. September came. Nothing happened. October came. And I just said, are you guys actually going to do this or not? I don't need the damn money, but I'm just curious. Are you going to do anything or not? And they never responded. Aaron didn't respond. Nobody responded. So I just said, all right. I just like posted up. I said, all right, well, if y'all are going to be this way, fuck that shit. I'm out of the groups. I'm sorry. Best of luck to you. Left. I had like 6 people messaging me like, what the fuck happened? I threw a little fit. Whatever. I was pissed.
He was a little girl. It was kind of humorous. He acted like a 12-year-old girl.
Okay, but $1,000 was on the line.
We're all 12. We know it. We never got over 12.
Well,
right?
it was one of those things that, you know, I did not honestly give a fucking shit about the money, but you all made a promise. You made a big deal about it, and I promoted the fuck out of your shit for you. So I got my worth out of float. I did. But
Yeah,
hey, you know
and
what?
you can't tell me that after all the whatever flokins they sold, they couldn't hack up $1,000 for their
Well, here's
contest.
what I made you do.
Oh
Here's what
no,
I
they
made
stopped
you do.
paying all their developers. They stopped
came
paying
back-
all sorts of shit.
When they realized that everybody was wondering why the guy who was promoting them so fucking hard got pissed and left because they suddenly got a bunch of questions, I got a message really fucking hot, fast, and quick with what do we do to make this right? And I was
Pay
basically
me.
what I told them is I said, well, if you're going to pay me, I want it in fucking Bitcoin.
He
And
didn't want it
here's
in
what you're gonna
Flokin.
do. I said, here's what you're going to do. I want it in Bitcoin, and you're going to split it 50-50 between me and the other guy that we were competing to do this shit. I said, but I want you to explain to him why. So the 2 people that were in the running, he was in the dark. He didn't know anything about it. So I made him, I got 500 in Bitcoin, and he got 500 in Bitcoin. And Alex had to explain to him why he was getting the Bitcoin as a consolation prize. That's
Good.
what I did. Because I'm a dick like that.
Alex
You
doesn't
fuck with
post
me.
anything about Float anymore. though.
Alex doesn't post about Float because Alex left Float after that, from what I understand.
Weird.
I'm a dick. I'm going to tell you right now. I am a nice guy until you piss me off, and then I will be a
I'm a
fucking
dick. I'm a liar. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I feel like karaoke. It's
Right?
time.
exactly.
Yeah.
But
No,
you
I'm-
actually got to
Brooke,
deserve it.
baby.
You got to fucking deserve it to get on my bad side. But
Yeah,
I
no,
won't
I'm
stop.
fine until you don't do something you said you were going to do. And then
Exactly.
SRF
Exactly.
karaoke.
All it took was just do what you said, you know?
Watch Fest karaoke.
Yeah, well, it's an open mic, so
It's an
yeah,
open
yeah.
mic, man.
Squatch
Can
Fest
do
is
whatever.
just a giant karaoke bar in the woods, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Kinda. We're gonna.
Well,
I
it
can
is
say it
now after we had the people who were like, I'll volunteer, I'll do other things, flake like 2 fucking days before the festival. And Brian and I were like chickens with our heads cut off running that track, like getting everything, clearing shit. It was no.
Hey, Brian,
No,
you get
it's
your
gonna be
shit on-
beautiful.
You get your
Be great.
problem taken care of on the property.
Every day we're moving forward. The county dropped a giant container, and
We
they
did that a
got
while ago.
98% of the garbage into it, and it got hauled away the other day.
Nice.
And they're like,
Including the
they're
tenants?
active. Dude, they're actively. I moved the water. I macheted out the 310-gallon totes the other day to move them up where the roofs are to like put water in them because they had animals. Why would you want to catch water in the water jug? So I was tired of looking at my shit sitting there empty. So I'm starting to repossess all the equipment.
Good for you.
And I stopped a county guy that was bringing him food, and we had a conversation like, if I was just going to squat in the mall, would you bring me 3 hots to the meet in the mall? Like, if I could really hold off the security guys, you would just deliver food. Like, these are squatters. They like don't have a lease. They're They had a commercial leased a farm that's over.
Right.
Now they're here. Like I had the bathrooms picked up by the bathroom company. There's no place to go to the bathroom. And there's no water and there's no electricity. And I was like, ASPCA
Sounds perfect
rules.
to me.
Oh, dude. So I go
ASPCA water. You never want the lost traffic squatting because you'll never get rid of them. You can't smoke those bitches out.
Oh, turn the water off. Okay.
Like
so he's field on fire. They'll do that themselves.
Yeah, we burned it out around us.
Whatever agency it was, I was like, the help they need is for you to go tell the other do-gooder folks to come out here with the fifth wheel hauler and help move their shit. Like, whatever, haul these Canon running cars out of here. Like, that's the help they need.
Grader. Bring a snowplow.
So yeah, he called his supervisor and is like, okay, we're gonna quit feeding your bears. I was like, yeah, there we go. Now they might move out of the woods.
Stop feeding the wild animals.
Don't bait the wildlife.
Yeah. The more you help them, right? The more they. Well,
have you thought about stacking like boxes of donuts up near the road to kind of tempt them out?
Think about how fucked up this is. You have 2 adults and 3 kids, and a large husky, that's
big.
Never let out of the trailer ever. And
it's
in Washington State,
it's
required.
Farms what that's
like ASPCA, you have to have for large breed dogs something like 110-foot kennel, like covered, has to meet basic like dog life regs. They don't have that. They don't have water for the dog, let alone their kids. So the state guy, I'm like, hey, like I don't call the cops, I don't call the fucking whomever, but I go, you kind of work for the man. You're like one of them reporters that's supposed to report things when you know a thing.
Hey,
I'm telling you, there's no sanitation. There's no water. The dogs are being kept in a space that's less than legally required in the state for a dog. I don't know about 2 kids. I haven't seen them outside in 4 days, and I'm here 12 hours a day.
The youngest one always, when we were out there, would want to play with mine, and mine was always like, I don't.
And he's like, no, they got lice.
You smell funny.
They kill things and shit. They break shit, kill things.
Like mine immediately picked up on like weird vibes. He was like, I'm just gonna play with my Legos in the trailer if that's cool. I was like, yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe now that a state agent knows all that, and I kind of put it on him like, well, you know it now. So if you're one of them kind of having to do things when you know things, kind of humans, now you know it.
So you're like, I
don't feel bad about reporting about who we let on our land, right?
Huh?
Yeah.
This is why we need to be careful about who we let on our land.
Ever let on, ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
This is
so I'm never going to do work trades at all.
No, I don't do work trades. I do like you pay rent, and then if you want to work for me, I pay you.
I'll have. Yeah. Right. I'll end up paying.
Like literally, the smaller roost is that. Like they rent base camp. He's like, I have this project idea. I bought the materials. I traded him some things for the work he's doing, and everybody's happy. But the minute you would like have a work expectation, it's like, well, you didn't do your job right.
Fuck, I don't want to babysit.
No way.
Yeah.
No,
hey guys, I gotta go because I gotta serve dinner.
I do too. I have a dinner thing. So.
Yeah.
All the ladies got to go serve dinner. So
I gotta go get dinner and serve.
Good to see you, Patricia.
SRF tickets on sale. Get on it. Boom. Early birds. Bye now. Oh, shit.
You think you're going to wash the dishes after they get done serving dinner?
Who's making sandwiches now?
Oh, shit. Oh, Kyle over there. Is it wrong to kill things? No, it's not wrong to kill things.
Are you having bushes?
Oh, you want some more than bushes, huh?
No, Corey's drinking the bush.
He didn't have enough bush. He's going to be really pissed in the morning.
That just reminds me of some old headache. I dug a few of those out of the blackberry bushes yesterday.
Bush is like the the knockoff kind of almost when you miss Lone Star. It's an okay replacement. If they're out,
I mean, so here's the deal. I go to the fucking gas station, and
that's like when you're in the stall. The guy to the left tastes a little different. The guy
there
to the
is
right.
no beer selection. It's like, oh, do you want a Coors Light, Bud Light, Miller Light, Busch
You got
Light,
Iowa
or
beer.
Keystone Light?
You got
none of the
gas, or
above,
you've got
thanks.
You got Sam Smith Nut Brown Ale?
yeah. It's either that or you're drinking like the hoppiest IPA shit that has like a fucking 3-name fucking word that nobody can actually drink.
Oh, the hop
There's
wave.
no in
It was
between.
always so ridiculous that
There's
like
no in
you just
between.
keep making it bitterer.
Yeah.
You're drinking the Busch?
So my buddy that's flying in Friday to see Fish with me, he started Kinslager Brewing in Chicago. At the wave of the all going hoppy, they anti and they went all lagered beers with traditional recipes, like like real shit.
I don't mind some IPAs, but some of them just get fucking ridiculous. It's
I mean, if they had Pabst, if they had PBRs, I'd be all over it.
PBR
I used to drink that shit by the gallon.
Tennessee doesn't have PBR.
I didn't see any.
What? Dude,
you were close enough to a racetrack.
God damn. I can't.
I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed. I walk in there, there's like 3 6-packs. No, they don't sell beer in cases either. It's like, here's a 6-pack.
Go to a bowling alley.
Nah.
They're the sponsor of Pro Bowling. Bam. PBR, probably on tap.
Yeah, but they don't sell cases off sale.
Well, if you talk to the guy.
I mean, I'll talk to the guy. I walked into the fucking gas station the other day when we got here on Saturday, and I'm like,
what do I got?
Hey, I walk up and I got like a 12-pack or 2 12-packs, and I'm like, well, it's Saturday and it's early. Maybe by Sunday I might want some in the afternoon. I said, hey, first day in the state, can you sell beer on Sundays? He's like, or the chick's like, well, in this town, we don't have laws if you're in the clique. I said, since you're telling me that, does that mean I'm in the clique? Like, do I look like I belong in rural Tennessee?
Is there an initiation? Is it gonna do I have to perform a ritual to be in the clique? How do I get in this clique?
I got the old school rebel flag. I got the goatee and the tattoos. They're like, this dude's right out of the fucking woods.
Let me in the redneck clique, please. I want the beers.
I want to be in the 845
I just slide in. I haven't showered in 3 days.
Do I need to show? Do I need a picture of me awkwardly close to my cousin, or do I need a white hood? What do I need to get the beer? All right.
My wife's bald.
You're saying the yuppie lumberjack brand new Seahawk hat would not work?
Do I need to have a
Hi, ma'am. May I buy beer early?
Do I need a jacked up truck with a rebel flag and a back to blue flag on either corner post so that I can get the beer?
I might have had a lot of allergies going on too, and my eyes might have been red and runny.
Oh shit! I'll tell you right now though, and I know Brian is.
I'm sober like 5 years. No, don't go back.
Brian is feeling this bad right now. You get really fucking used to once you get over the stereotypical it's a cheap beer. You get really fucking used to walking into every gas station and buying a Lone Star and having it be cheaper than Budweiser, but as good or better.
Oh, it's bad. Lone Star is fantastic, and it's everywhere by the case.
It's cheaper than the fucking than fucking Budweiser.
Like, and it's like Water Hall down there or the Lone
Every
Star?
single store that sells beer in Texas sells Lone Star by the case.
It's a good, solid beer. Like
it's not the case. The 12-pack,
dude. A 6-pack of Tall Boys costs like $7.
Oh, backwoods! I quit for over a decade, dude.
Yeah.
Like, put my brother-in-law in the hospital and quit for over a decade.
Right.
I'm just having fun now. I only drink beer when it doesn't matter.
I first quit.
But I am in Tennessee, and I told Corey, I was like, when you're in Tennessee, you got to probably drink some bourbon and some whiskey. Should we just start doing that? And she said, probably not.
We drink
those wife beaters become real.
Oh, she'd kick my ass. Oh, the second I touched that woman, I would just fear for my life every second the rest of my life.
Yeah,
I'm not.
You'd be losing an ear.
Well, I mean, and the deal is, there may have been a time that me and a few friends decided to have some fun with somebody that might have decided to have some fun with a woman. And yeah, that's not my deal. You hit a fucking woman.
Not to mention, they may be big gentle giants, but I promise you ever laid a hand on Corey, those dogs would tear you apart.
Oh yeah, I mean,
there's no worries there. Yeah, he's a big boy, but he's not a match for those 3 big boys if they were mad at him.
No, Jesus, they just bite an arm.
I mean, I wouldn't mind. I love whiskey. I love the taste of whiskey. I love the body of whiskey. I love Irish whiskey. I love Canadian whiskey. I love bourbon. I love high-end scotch. I love it. I enjoy it. I don't drink it to get fucking drunk. I drink it because I enjoy the taste of it. And I drink it till I pass out.
Right.
And what happens between the time I black out and I pass out is why I can't drink fucking whiskey.
Right. Yep.
The standing on the table. I own the fucking casino now. To
just running across the parking lot, flying, tackling your brother-in-law, separating his shoulder and beating his head into the ground at a family reunion.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. That's when you wake up the next morning and you go, I'm gonna quit drinking for a while.
Oh, Kyle. Why are you me but younger? Over here with the Wild Turkey 101. If I buy whiskey, that's usually what I get. That's a good cheap whiskey. Yeah,
we're super cool with her family now. Her old man had a little drinking issue when he was a little younger. One morning he woke up and his brother had a black eye and he said, "What the fuck happened to you last night?" He goes, "Oh, you don't remember?" So he had his sibling experience. I had my brother-in-law experience, and the old man looked at me the next day and he goes, "It'll be all right." And then when the kid was still mad at me, he said, "Hey, don't fucking worry about it," and told him the story about when he was a kid and the family just kind of bonded over it. So it was cool. I was sober for 12 years, and now I probably shouldn't drink. I know I shouldn't drink, but we're just fucking dicking around drinking beers and shit. I know I can't drink whiskey. That's
your limits. You understand your limits and you respect them. That's what matters,
And it was never a problem quitting. I didn't go to AA. It was I'm not drinking anymore, and I didn't drink. Corey didn't quit with me. She asked me the next day. She's like, "Do we need to?" We kept a bottle of Crown in the freezer, not like a little bottle, like a handle. And when it was half empty, we'd get a new one because we knew it would be quick enough that we'd be into it before it got frozen. So she was like, "Do you need me to not keep liquor in the fridge? Do you need me to stop drinking?" I was like, "Fucking no, I'm just not going to drink." And that's what it was. So if it becomes an issue, I just stop fucking doing it.
Yeah.
Bongs and nitrous. It's a featherweight cannonball.
I went 10 years. She goes, and I went 10 years.
Oh, that eggnog. How about that eggnog? Rachel Brown says, yeah.
Oh, that eggnog is good shit. Yeah, that eggnog doesn't have whiskey in it, I don't think. Or at least not enough to matter.
More nog.
That was a special occasion. My wife gave me permission to do that, and it was a Christmas tradition that we had to uphold. And my wife, I talked about this on my show this morning or the other morning. This
morning you just ranted angrily. Mostly.
This morning,
yeah.
What's today? Tuesday, Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. Tuesday.
Today's Wednesday.
Maybe it might have been Monday. It was Tuesday. Tuesday because it was Easter Monday. The guy canceled on me because it was Easter Monday, and the only thing that made me think of was Corey used to take Monday after Easter off because she gets so fucking hammered on Easter that she couldn't go to fucking work the next day. And so she just started taking the day off because she knew she was going to be hungover.
Just ahead of time.
Easter Monday.
That's a plan.
Yeah, but what did you say the buffalo one was called? Like it was like
Dingus
some
Day,
European
Dingus
day.
Day.
Dingus Day. Oh,
Dingus Day is actually, if you look up Sigmus Dingus, it's a Roman Catholic holiday. It was adapted from the Wiccans. Weird. It started with the Wiccans.
They all were just renamed.
Yeah, weird. But in Buffalo, New York, they really kind of revived this Dingus Day, the celebration of Sigmus Dingus. But in the Polish culture in Buffalo, when they congregated in Buffalo, they became having this festival, and it became huge. It was like known over the
guys or something.
Yeah, well, the thing it is like the guys have to grab the pussy willows and chase around the females, and the guys will court the girls in the spring the day after Easter with the pussy willows. They go and hit them with the pussy willows. Basically, it's all the Polish people in Buffalo want to get fucking hammered and hit each other with pussy, and then get drunk even more.
Is that where the term "I'm going to hit that pussy" came from?
It might be.
Man, wow, who knew?
Dingus Day or something.
Yeah,
Dingus Day.
You piss off everybody who is actually a traditional witchcraft practitioner. When you say the Wicca, they bought it from the Wiccans because the Wiccans came after the Christians. The Wiccans made a Christian religion based on the old shit. I guarantee you that's why Aaron's out here laughing.
Yep. Yeah,
I know you were gonna post some shit the other day because you had one of your graves that was like one of the controversial ones, and you're like,
"Oh yeah, I had a pentagram
about
on it."
Wiccans.
Oh, you got a controversial
phrase
grave?
it that way because you're gonna make everybody fucking mad.
Oh, my gravestone, Brian had it was. So I knew what it was because her husband was there. They were from the 1920s. They died in the 1920s. The husband had a Masonic symbol on his. And the wife had the star of the Eastern Star, Daughters of the Eastern Star, whatever it is, the female version of the Masons. And so I knew what it was, but it's an upside down pentagram with a bunch of symbols around it. And the symbols were faded off enough that when I zoomed in, it just looked like a pentagram on the fucking headstone. And so I was like, I knew it was the Eastern Star. I was like, so what does it mean? And I put a pentagram like spinning on the screen, and I was like, Wiccan, Christian, Satan, and I was just like, I wanted to get them all arguing over what the fucking pentagram means.
He was going for, I'm going to offend as many different sects as possible in one go, and I'm telling you what, man,
dude, the Confederate soldier graves are my bread and butter.
Gold, dude, gold.
All I do is post Confederate, Southern, all this shit.
Because you piss off every person who was against the Confederacy and they're still angry at the South because slavery. And then you pissed off every single Confederate person because
all
one
the
of their brothers died.
I had like 180 comments on one of my fucking videos because they were arguing about how much of an asshole the Confederate soldiers were.
And these people have been dead for fucking 100 years.
And they were saying how racist it was. I looked up the guy that was fucking dead, and it was a black Jewish guy.
Oh, the Jewish Confederate graves were the best,
dude. The Jewish Confederate graves really fucking twist people up.
It's like, how many people can you hate? You're hating this
the
one.
Southern people hate them because they're them damn Jews, and the Northern hate them because they're them damn fucking Confederates.
And the whole time the guy's black, and that just muddies the water all around.
Dude, I cleaned one today. Turned out decent. But I was looking up the history on the guy because it was an old cavalry veteran headstone, and they didn't put the dates on them until mid-20s or late 20s. And so I searched the guy's name and the area, and it came up, and it was like, well, when he originally enlisted, he didn't know his birthday. For the first two Army interviews. So they must have censused the Army every so often. And they said for the first two interviews, he didn't know his birthday or birthplace. And then all of a sudden, he reported he was born in Louisiana. And then he was reported that he was born in Tennessee. And then when he originally enlisted, he was 5'9", but a later survey said he was 6'1.5". I'm
You
like,
think it's
was
the
this
same
kid, like-
guy? A time
Yeah, this
traveler?
dude, I think
Why?
this kid was like 12 when he enlisted in the fucking cavalry. So he's had to say, well, I don't know what my birthday is. I'm 18, or however old they had to be to serve.
And you got to keep saying different spots so they don't have time to look shit up before you're on with someone else.
Somebody else a different story, so they never really.
So he was still getting taller. He was still getting taller. So when he originally enlisted, they measured him at 5'8", and then in a later interview, they measured him, and he was 6.5 inches.
So he just made shit up the entire fucking time, and had a different identity every time somebody talked to him.
His name is spelled different in his military records from his headstone.
So this guy was a sovereign citizen back then.
He said, "Fuck you! I'm fighting for my fucking country, bitches."
He was the original Captain America.
America. So he was in Company E of the
I pissed so many people off
Tennessee Cavalry.
I was like, Lincoln didn't free the slaves; he enslaved everyone. Duh.
Yeah.
Hey
Brian, how did you like my question of the day for tomorrow?
I don't look. I look early enough.
Okay, here, you want me to read it to you?
Day.
I'll read it to you right now.
I'll
read it to you right now, and I'm going to read it to you, and I want you to think of it.
Beats me.
I want you to listen to it, and I want you to think of your answer, and then I want you to stop and think of the ramifications of your answer in the big picture.
Yeah.
Well, the big picture. Okay.
So you're going to have a knee-jerk reaction. You're going to be like, "Yep," and then you're going to go, and I want you to say, "Wait, if I think this, what does that mean?"
My answer was because I've considered this a lot before.
Okay. Is there a cause for every event?
Oh, you can see it. It hurts just a little bit.
You're talking like
every event.
I'm talking, is there a cause? If for everything that happens, is there a cause? Is there a reason it happened? Is there a cause for every single event that happens?
Energetically, let's see. A cause would like predetermine like something else other than like.
Does anything happen if something doesn't cause it? Is there anything that happens that nothing caused?
Because for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. But does that mean that for every action, there was a action that caused it?
Does anything happen without something precursing it to make it happen?
Well, there's a force at play for anything that happens.
What was the first one then?
What started the ball rolling if nothing hit the first ball?
If everything needs a cause to start it to happen,
what are you calling a
cause? What's that?
Like,
well, that's the thing.
What caused the first event?
Something moved first.
No, it doesn't.
So that means
be
that
first event at all.
But everything doesn't have a cause if there was a first event, because the first event didn't have a cause because it's the first thing.
If there was no first event, there's no events now. If the whole damn thing's in our head, what makes our heads fucking happen?
Right, like everything can be happening simultaneously, and you just happen to
what made it happen?
Vibrating with this particular.
Why is it vibrating? Things only vibrate
edge
when
of reality.
So everything is just random? Are you saying there's no purpose to anything?
Is everything already always?
I'm saying you're looking at a thing affects the thing.
But you're actually looking.
If I don't look at the chair, it's not a chair.
Okay, so here's the thing, though. If you looking at something causes it to move,
really exist.
You looking at it is.
What if you and I both look at a chair and I look away? Is it still a chair?
Yeah, that's the whole like in the reality that we agree to simultaneously create. We can agree that a chair.
So here's the question: is our active agreement that we're going to create what causes the creation? Because then something caused the creation to happen. The creation wouldn't happen unless we actually agreed. So that is an
You're
action.
just a waveform of the creation.
Well, what made the wave? A waveform is a representation of energy that's occurring.
Just a representation, right? Just like the chair is just a representation.
Well, what made
of a chair.
the energy?
Was
the energy always present? And was the energy always present and always moving, or did the
Okay, this gets down to like, do rocks have consciousness and such?
Well, where do rocks come from?
Everybody thought no fucking way for plants, right? And now they're like tuning instruments and talking to each other and feedbacking like system. Like,
well, we know a plant comes from somewhere. Things happen to make a plant happen.
Yeah,
right?
but 100 years ago, people would have told you were on fucking Coca-Cola if you were like plants talk to each other and like, you know, communicate with like external stimuli and shit. Like hook a guitar and bass player up to them and let them talk to each other.
Literally got way off in the weeds here. I mean, literally way off in the weeds.
No, because you can't perceive that a thing's not a thing.
Just like I just killed 20 minutes of a podcast by asking one single question.
I know, right? I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. So the thing that happened and the stuff and all that fun shit, what made it happen? That's all he asked was what made it happen.
Who says it's happening at all?
I don't know. What makes you think it's happening? What caused you? What caused you to think it's happening?
Dude, I don't need to come to Squash Fest because I can just be a Squash Fest.
Right.
You're right.
So why are you going to have it if I can just be there?
Yeah.
I'm actually consciously there. I've already been there. I've experienced the whole event because everything's in our mind.
You can astral travel there. Hey, we had a UFO.
Well, here's the question, though. What
astral travelers?
We have virtual tickets available, but not electronic. You just have to be there.
They're only available astrally. Now, if I want to astral travel to Squatch Fest, what caused me to do that? Could I do that unless I actually had the thought to do so?
Right. And where
if I don't actually project that thought, but that's actually what caused me to have that thought.
Right. So, like for every hypothesis, right? Where do the hypotheses come from?
Somebody
do
has
they
to
exist before you write it down? Mm.
But some neurons fired in your brain to make you have that thought. But what made the neurons fire?
Nah, I wouldn't say neurons firing made me have.
That makes me go to sleep.
Well, where did thought come from?
Right. Where does it come from?
Well, where did thoughts come from?
Or does it just always exist and you've been trained since birth to not notice things?
Who trained you?
Can't notice everything because it's just too overwhelming because they had to condition and pattern you. If from birth you weren't like just see this spectrum, just perceive these things.
Conditions and patterns only happen because something caused them to happen, though. It all goes back to one root thing.
No, they just exist. You notice them.
But how did they exist? Is existence a constant? Was existence always there, or did something?
Whose existence? Oh, from what you mean? From a perspective of
in general,
like your current entity form.
Think about this. Okay, so if you look at it as if all of life.
Oh shit! It's 6:01. I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm late for dinner. See, pull the ripcord.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to see about it. I don't think we're gonna get a cognizant answer here.
No, but we gave him fodder for his morning show. All right.
He's just gonna replay part of the after party and just sit back and drink coffee. He's like, no, fuck that shit.
Okay, so
I'll just say the exact opposite of what I just didn't listen to.
You know what I said? I said this earlier. I was like, this question came 7 days too fucking early. Because if he
that is true, you guys are going to want to tune into my Dustin Hawksworth interview next Thursday night, 4:20. The editor-in-chief of Fat Nugs magazine.
If he had asked this question a week before, it would have been the coffee morning of 4:20. We would have been asking about what is the origin of life, the universe, and fucking everything.
Well, wait till you see the 4:20 question,
bitches.
Oh,
I'm sure that's going to be an interview. I'm sure.
I will look on 419. I'll make a note.
Oh shit! Wow.
It may have something to do with cannabis prohibition or something.
Maybe.
Oh, sweet.
Wait, that might be something you talk about on that fucking day. What? No way. I wouldn't have ever guessed.
Hey, I put Renegade Butcher, I put Lots Project, I put LFTN and SRF in the show notes already. So if you heard any of the shit we've been yakking about, go in the description stuff and click.
You can
Did you put my affiliate link for SRF?
No, I just put srf.com or whatever.
If you want his affiliate link, you can go to my group and find it because he posted it there.
Oh yeah, save money. Go to one. Yeah, your websites are both on there. Go to either website. Go click on the link.
It's not on my website, but you can go to my Telegram group and find it.
My affiliate link isn't in my website either.
It should be, but
we'll start there and you'll find it.
You gotta
all right, well, tell them where
how
it
it works.
is.
They just go and buy the tickets instead.
Oh, don't hate money. Post
Nicole was going to be on the episode, so I figured I would put the SRF under her tag.
Make Nicole pony up and pay for that fucking $500 you're going to pay for that one last ticket to go to her shit. Come on, post your affiliate link.
Recommission. No, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Corey just called you Paul Bunyan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Wow. Yeah. I did cut down a bunch of trees yesterday. That fucking electric chainsaw is go gadget.
Yeah, when he showed up with that fucking plaid shirt, I was
you have a blue ox?
I couldn't tell if you were trying to pull off lumberjack or lesbian.
I have blue socks.
Close.
Were
you going with that shirt? Were you going lumberjack, hipster, or lesbian? Because all three of them could.
I was going like.
She's got the beard and the Seahawks hat. It's lesbian.
Lay it on the floor.
True. It could be hipster though too. He did say he kind of likes some IPAs. So I mean,
he's too skinny to be a lumberjack.
Yeah,
I don't have a long enough beard to be a hipster. I gotta have some goofy.
He's got the perfect beard for being a lesbian.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. There it is.
I'm a great lesbian.
You like performing in theater, correct? Is that what you said? Thespian, right?
Oh yeah. I'll go furry. Either way.
Oh, so he's a furry lesbianic thespian. Yes. Okay. Makes sense.
Dude, so way back in the day, like 1990, like before Giuliani cleaned up New York.
Oh my God! I almost got arrested pissing on a trunk bumper.
I was down there. I was not of age. Let's just say that. Down there with some friends' parents that let us unknowingly go wander the city, and we walked into this sex club. We thought it was like a porn studio. We thought it was like a skin flick place that would have it on the theater, on the screen. And so we walk in, we sit in. It's just like this old theater, and all of a sudden the house lights come on up on the stage, and not the house lights. House lights would be the seats, but the stage lights come on, and the curtains open, and instead of a movie screen behind it, there was a fucking bed that was like tilted up. And this chick walked out, and this dude walked out from the others, and they took their robes off, and they just fucking went at it on the bed, and we were all just sitting there going,
What are we?
What are we? Yeah. Amsterdam.
That's how I learned about sex.
Great introduction. Yeah,
they used to have places that would do that.
Go see a donkey show in Amsterdam. Or
I've been to
real
them
live
too,
humans in New York.
So speaking of, Brian, where do they find your shit? What kind of shit you got going on? Let's go around.
It's been under my chin the whole time. TheLotsProject.com. Just launched a Cemetery Explorers Club. I also do crypto consulting, homesteading consulting, hip camp. If you got some extra property, you want to put a campsite in, give me a buzz. Head on over there. We can talk for 30 minutes. You can see if we jive, and if you want to move forward with any of the stuff that I know, I'm willing to help you with. So, yeah, that's it. Podcast every morning, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Central on YouTube. The Lots Project. You can find everything. Just search my name, not the Lotus Project, not Lots Project, the Lots Project, everywhere.
Just go to thelotsproject.com and you can find all that shit.
And if you go to foodforestfarms.com underneath the general store, if you get lost, click on the Watts Project.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
What else can they find over there? Tell us about your shit, Scramblin.
And the other tab now under the general store is, hey, look, Renegade Butcher. Boom.
There you go.
Yeah, you could either buy coffee or zip to both their sites. And go to
What else is on
spices.
foodforestfarms.com?
Yeah, what else can you do over there?
I got the agorist attorney site kind of halfway built.
How about for Food Forest Farms? What do you have for Food Forest Farms?
Okay, so my C4 club is part of C4. So if you agree to buy, okay, so my real deal is you buy $40 worth of club membership, you get $50 worth of products. They can be cannabinoid products from cannabinoidfoods.com, cannabinoidnaturalfoods.com, or any of my specialty coffee at the deepest discount anybody will get, below the price any general public can buy, right? And the exchange is you're helping fuel all my crazy camp building and free festivals and all that stuff as one of, I'm only selling 100 slots, and then it's going to become an active marketplace.
Wait. My C4 membership pays for all your shit?
You're paying for all his bad habits, yeah.
Oh, I quit.
Oh, you're paying to further the idea of what an agorist festival should be. Open stage, come play. Yeah. I don't want to accumulate.
If you want to help pay for a nitrous habit, this guy's got a deal for you.
I love it.
Oh, you know what? So that little video I made, that short where I thanked Bigfoot Java. Yeah, Federal Way, Washington, Bigfoot Java. Woo, you guys rock. So they're going to start recycling. The one lady was like, holy shit, you know how many of those we use? I'm like, and I would like to start building giant dinosaurs. So I think we got a deal.
You would. Who wouldn't want giant dinosaurs?
So yeah, I dropped them all like recycle.
Have you sold any of your sculptures yet? I saw you have them for sale.
The squirming coil is just waiting for like a glaze coat. I got all the coloring done on it, so that's done. I'm still waiting to see if the time turtle, like, he needs an AK or something, or maybe this trident thing I built stuck on him. So yeah, I don't
kind of all conceptual a little bit.
No, they're like 90% built. I just, I'm making signs for camp. I'm making signs for the disc golf course. Yeah, okay, so Camp Suniki, I'm kind of cleaning up a ton where we got all the disc golf, what do you call those, buckets or whatever, holes out there now. So now we got proper holes for all 9. They're not official disc golf holes.
I like a proper hole.
Yeah. Nicely marked. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to drop the price because you know what I figured out?
Are they all shaggy and overgrown, or are they trimmed down?
No, they're not trimmed beautifully yet. But the beautiful thing about disc golfers is, just like real golfers, they suck. And then they'll throw it off the path, and then they'll just grab a stick and whack, whack, whack to go get their disc, and it will just clean itself
right,
up.
Right. I don't need another guy playing my hole and trimming my grass. I want my grass nice and trim before I hit the hole.
Yeah. I don't know. Free shaves.
I need a freeway or a fairway. No rough for me. I'm all fairway, maybe a little bit of.
I am a humble man, and all I have to work with is the putter. You gotta
instead of being $17, right? And I have like for a party size of 8 and add on people, blah blah. Most people camp. It hit me the other day, especially on hip camp. They're couples, most of them, like 90% of them. So why not make it $10 for 2? So it will advertise as $10 stay.
So it's like a party camp of 8. They don't care if there's weeds around the holes, is what you're saying.
No, I'm saying on hip camp. I think I forgot.
Hip campers don't care about the weeds around the holes?
Do you have any any muddy holes that may be able to be called the brown hole?
The Geodome.
Oh, yeah, an Arby's nearby.
Or a what?
Do you have a back door to the camp? Or is it only
Ooh, I am cutting in the back door right now. I'm just having to wedge it open.
Can you access it on a muddy dirt road? Taking a back road.
If you don't like playing through the rough, can you take the back road into the backside of camp?
Oh god, I got to roll, guys.
All right, we gotta go. Buy coffee.
Foodwarsfarms.com.
Okay, Josh.
Yeah. All right, yeah.
Spice it up.
RenegadeButcher.com. You can find all my shit. If you want some spices, go hit me up. I'm gonna be releasing some shit that's gonna be NOSTR only. I was talking about that tonight. There's gonna be. I've got suggestions open. We've had 2 of them. There's gonna be like a fucking like ostrich dust bath, like wing thing. And somebody actually had a great suggestion. They said NOSTR your average rub.
NOSTR average.
I'm only going to put the ones that are NOSTR puns, only going to be for sale on NOSTR. So you got to go fucking learn what it is and go over there if you want to fucking buy the shit. So go check that shit out. If you got questions for me and you want to put them on Survival Podcasts, send it into the expert council for Josh the Renegade Butcher. You got meat questions?
Oh, yeah, that asshole's on the expert council though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So send that shit over to him and make me answer some fucking questions. So
what do you do with the asshole of the animal? Do you leave it open or do you tie it shut?
That was his submission, and I'm not sure if I want to put that on TSP, but I'll answer that. I usually leave it open unless it looks really dirty, and sometimes I tie it shut just to be safe.
Clamp it.
There you go.
Do you use a zip tie or a string?
I cut it free first. Zip ties are easy, but a string will work in a pinch.
How about other intestine, or maybe the vase de France from the testicle?
Yeah, it's just not worth the effort. Zip ties are cheap.